Are you ready?
Are you ready?
It's time for Effingham Hearts football on your home for local sports, 97.9 XFM. Let's go to the sideline for the pregame show.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to Trojan Hill here at Charleston High School for a football Friday night Apollo Conference action as the Effingham Hearts are here to play the Charleston Trojans. I'm Greg Sapp, Dustin White alongside CJ Schmidt upstairs to capture all the action on video. And back home, Brian Dust and Gail Warner. And so we appreciate both of them being on hand for tonight's action to make sure that we get it delivered to you in timely fashion and hopefully another Hearts win. Looking to go 5-0 on the season, and they're going to go up against a Charleston team, Dustin, that has tasted victory a couple of times this year after a 19-game losing streak.
Yeah, you know, coming into this season, the last time that Charleston had won a game was October 14th, 2016, and that's a while ago, but they've gone 2-2 so far this season. They got a win over Macomb in week 1. They got a win over Lincoln last week, which also snapped a 14-game Apollo Conference losing streak that they had going. So, you know, the Trojans are trending in the right direction. But, you know, Effingham is on a bit of an upward trend itself, coming off of a great season last year. The Hearts are undefeated after 4 weeks. Effingham could be playoff eligible after 5 weeks, and you know, that's as good as that's as well as you could do. So excited to see how this goes, but I think it's a game for Effingham that they they feel like they need to come out here, and if they take care of their business, they ought to be able to be 5-0. But we'll see what Coach Jerry Payne over at Charleston's got in store for us.
Jerry Payne was the junior high and JFL coach for a lot of years and helped with the Charleston program 2 years ago, then didn't last year, was at a different school, and thought he was retired, and then he found out, no, he wasn't. Here he is as the varsity coach.
Well, you know, hard to argue with the results with the way things kind of went the last couple seasons. Obviously, 2 straight years without a win. You know, to be sitting at 500 after 4 weeks, you know, you probably start getting treated like a hero around here. So hopefully he can keep them going in the right direction, but maybe not so much tonight. Maybe after Effingham gets out of town, then Charleston can do whatever they want the rest of the year.
I like the sound of that. We were checking the warm-ups to see just who was involved in the pregame activities for Effingham. I had talked to Coach Hefner yesterday and said, what about the lineup? And he said, same as last week. Tonight, though, before the game in the drills, I did notice Logan Brown was out there as an active participant after rolling his ankle a couple of weeks ago. I thought, well, maybe he's going to take another week off. We'll see whether or not he gets used, and if so, how much.
It could be a situation where we kind of see how the game goes and how the opening parts of the game go, and if they feel like maybe they need to bring him in, then they'll do it. And maybe if they get out to an early lead and feel like they can get it done without him, then you give him a little more chance to let that heal up. It could just be a play-it-by-ear sort of thing. And I guess we will play it by ear up here as well.
We, Dustin and I, will talk more about another Hearts player when we give you more detail about the Effingham lineup. But again, it's Effingham at Charleston in Apollo Conference action. More to come in a minute here on the pregame show on 97.9 XFM.
Visit us 24/7 at danheck.com and check out the specials we have going on right now. No one will sell you a new Chevrolet or Toyota for less. Let us prove it to you. See you today at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham.
Effingham Express Care is there for all your urgent care needs. They're open 7 days a week and no appointment is needed for all injuries and illnesses. Plus, they have on-site x-ray. And they accept all major insurance and offer a self-pay discount. For more information, visit centralillinoisurgentcare.com.
We're back at Charleston getting ready for Effingham and Charleston football, Apollo Conference action here on a Friday night, week 5 of this season. Hard to imagine we're going to be over halfway done with the regular season after tonight. Wow. Football goes fast. I've said that for years, and every year I'm proved right. You were the one that broke this item, though, during last week's broadcast, the fact that Tristan Duncan is now the all-time receiving leader for Effingham High School.
Yeah, he it was kind of a low-key thing. Nobody really brought it to our attention. Well, Scott Mosier brought it to our attention, really. He said, where is Tristan at anyway? So a little quick figuring up there in the press box before the game last week, and we realized that he had, in fact, just barely eclipsed it the week before, and then he blew past it with his game last week. And, yeah, he's the career receiving yards leader at Effingham. He is a junior, so he's got a little more time to pad that. And Tristan's a super athlete, a great receiver, and by all accounts, a good teammate from what I've read out of him. He says all the right things when I've seen him interviewed about this particular subject. So, yeah, he's going to be adding to that record with every catch that he has the rest of the way, and some other stuff's in jeopardy too. He's going to certainly put Logan Ellington's single-season receiving yards record to the test, and he's. We've got what at 1381. Is that correct? 1,381 yards.
That's what we have, yeah.
And touchdown catches. The career mark of 22 touchdown catches is in his reach. He's sitting at 16 right now, and he's got 64 career receptions. The record is 80 for a career. So these are records that are well within shooting distance for Tristan as long as he stays healthy. And there's a lot of games left to play, and as long as he does what he can do, we ought to see him. Knocking those down at some point.
It's really interesting because of last year with all the records that Landon Wolf broke. Now it seems that it's a receiver's turn this year.
Yeah, and Landon's a big part of what Tristan was able to do last year, right? I mean, it's not football is the ultimate team sport, and you can't have one guy succeeding without the other 10 guys succeeding at what they're doing. And so Landon was a big part of what Tristan did last year, and Nate Shackelford is a big part of what Tristan's doing this year. They complement each other very well. And a point was brought up in one of the stories I read that makes a lot of sense. Tristan talked about how he played receiver last year some because obviously there wasn't a quarterback spot for him to play. And so it helped him to understand, what the receiver's thinking, what he's trying to accomplish out there. And I think that helps them play off each other very well. And boy, the results have been there. It's not like Nate's only throwing to Tristan. He has other targets and he finds them. But Tristan is certainly old reliable out there, and he has lived up to that billing.
The previous record holder, by the way, is Steve Klosterman, son of Jack Klosterman, and Steve had a great career playing for Effingham and had the record of 1,267 yards, and he played 3 years at the varsity level, the 65, 66, and 67 seasons. And over those 3 years, he had that record accomplished, 1,267 yards. I would have thought that in the annals of Effingham football, somebody would have caught for more yards than that. But when you think back through the history of Effingham football, Logan Ellington, who you mentioned, is the single-season record holder. He played 1 year. He played his senior year. And there have been other kids who've been in that same situation. And there have been a lot of years when the Hearts didn't throw a whole lot. And so that combination, and Steve doing a heck of a job, let him hold the record for 51 years.
Yeah. I think that a lot of things have to break right. Like I said, it takes a quarterback who is solid throwing the ball, and some years you're stronger in that area than others, and then it takes the right receiver and probably playing more than one season at the varsity level. So there's a lot of things that have to go correctly, and then sometimes you'll have teams that have receivers or quarterbacks of that caliber, but maybe there's so much wealth to be spread around that it just doesn't happen, or maybe you're so good, you dominate a season so much that you can run the ball, you get a few points on the board, and then you start you taking your foot off the gas a little bit. You don't throw as much. So Effingham's just been in this position where they have been able to put the ball in the air. They've been able to do it the right way, and they've been able to have a lot of success with it.
Hearts have had some great running backs through the years, and if I start mentioning people, I'll forget people. They've had guys who've thrown for a lot of yards. I think of Rich Eggemeyer years ago. He had tremendous numbers, but he was quarterback for about a year, maybe parts of 2. Joe and John Stites were such a big combination when they played. Bob Walls had such a great career at quarterback for Effingham. So a lot of people through the years, and again, that's just a couple of people. I'm not exhausting the list at all. But it is interesting that out of all of that Steve was the record holder all those years. So it's nice for him that he held it that long. And it's always cool when somebody breaks a record.
Yeah, I mean, think about being the person who gets to break that record and something that stood for that long. I mean, even if the record stands for 2 years, you still feel great to break it, right? Because nobody's ever done that before. But whenever it's been on the books for that long and you get to do it, that's got to add a little something to it. I really honestly can't imagine having an athletic achievement of that caliber because I obviously never did. But I imagine it has to be pretty nice.
I think you're exactly right. Charleston hosting Effingham. Here's who else is playing tonight. Lincoln's the Apollo school that doesn't have a conference game tonight. Lincoln hosts Collinsville tonight. Mount Zion's at Mahomet Seymour, and Taylorville's at Mattoon in the other conference matchups. Also, Newton's at Red Hill. Cumberland has Arcola. Arcola has another great ball club, so that'll be a test for the Pirates, who are playing pretty well themselves. Vandalia's at Litchfield. Payne's at Piasaw Southwestern. Flora's at Lawrenceville. Olney Richland County at Marshall. Also, we've got Warrensburg Latham at Shelbyville. Salem is at Trenton Westland. Breeze Central and Breeze Mater Dei tonight. Freeburg at Redbud. Jerseyville at Troy Triad. Robinson at Casey Westfield. And Paris at Macomb. Let's send it back to the studios for more pregame in a moment on 97.9 XFM.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce their new outpatient therapy. Evergreen now offers physical, occupational, and speech therapies for their patients. If you need therapy, don't worry. Evergreen's outpatient therapy can help you too. Give Evergreen a call today for a tour.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
Boy, what a beautiful night here at Charleston. It is clear. The sun is just about to go down. We have a light haze above the clouds that are on the west side of the field here, and it is just a perfect night for football. Maybe a little warm for the kids. Great night for the fans, and want to remind everybody that with this game being completed tonight, next week is homecoming at Effingham High School. A lot of activities are planned. The homecoming parade will be on Wednesday night. It steps off at 6 o'clock. And because of the street construction downtown, the usual route, lining up behind the library and going west on Jefferson the wrong way through downtown, is not an option. So what they are probably going to do, and I think this is finalized now, is they're going to use the same route for the homecoming parade that they use for the Halloween parade. They'll stage along Maple Street and then go south on Maple in front of the hospital, and then go west from there on Jefferson's, my understanding, to Cherry, and then south on Cherry to Grove, and then west on Grove out to the high school. So that's the plan for the homecoming parade for this year. So keep that in mind, and it again will step off at 6 o'clock this next Wednesday night. Other thing I've been asked to be sure to remind everybody is there's going to be a Powder Puff football game after the parade at the high school, and the girls are already selected that are going to play. The varsity kids are going to help coach. It ought to be an epic event, so keep that Powder Puff game in mind. And they're going to have a bonfire. It's going to be a big night on Wednesday night. I want to thank Sam Thompson from the Student Council. They've asked me to come out and help with the activity Wednesday night. Dustin, if you're in town, feel free to come along and help. And it ought to be a lot of fun. So that's Wednesday night. Football game Friday night as Effingham plays host to the Mattoon Green Wave. Kickoffs at 7 o'clock next Friday night. And then Saturday night will be the homecoming dance. So a big weekend for homecoming at EHS.
And how exciting would it be on homecoming game night to clinch yourself a playoff spot in week 6? That would be pretty exciting. But in order to do that, you have to take care of your business here tonight in Charleston and then take care of your business next week against the other Coles County team in the conference. I think it's within reach for Effingham, but can't take anything for granted.
I haven't mentioned it. This is the home opener for Charleston. Week 5, and this is their home opener. They played Mattoon, but that was played at Eastern. So a neutral field, and the other games have been on the road. So here we are in week 5, and this is their home opener. That's kind of interesting, but they're home for all but one game for the rest of the regular season, so maybe that'll help them tack things on. We're ready for the kickoff. Charleston kicking to the Hearts. Hearts are going to defend the north goal. Kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hearts at their 20-yard line, and that's how this one gets underway. And you're listening to Hearts Football on 97.9 XFM, WXEF in Effingham, and good to have you with us on a beautiful Friday night. We're going to be talking about Nick Cheney. He's the quarterback for Charleston. Braden Doyle is the leading the leading running back. And then they have a triumvirate of juniors, Sam Schutte, Braden Reynolds, and Corey Spohr. Those are the kids we're going to see trying to catch passes through the course of the evening. So 1st and 10 for the Hearts at their 20. Again, they are going from right to left on your personal listening device. Here's the handoff up the gut, and I believe that is Logan Smith. Or Logan Brown. No, it's
Chase Woomer.
Chase Woomer. And he gains from the 20 to the 23, a gain of 3, and it's 2nd and 7. They had Cam Calber in. He's out now. We'll see who rotates. They split out Wolf here wide to the near side. And, of course, Tristan Duncan wide to the right and a deep back, but nobody else in the backfield. Fake handoff. There's the throw. The pass is intercepted. Intercepted about the 35-yard line, and Charleston's going to bring it back for a touchdown. Well, the pick at about the 35-yard line, and Charleston took it to the house. That's number 12 for the Trojans.
Number 12, Sam Schutte.
So, the pick and the return, and just like that, Charleston takes a 6-0 lead. The score comes with 11-17 left in the first quarter.
It's just the second interception that Nate Shackelford has thrown all year long. But that one comes at an inopportune time as Schutte caught that one, like you said, right at the 35 and broke it to the right side of the field and had open expanse in front of him.
They're going to kick for one. The kick's up, looks good, is good. Charleston has a 7-0 lead off the interception and the run back by Schutte for the touchdown. Kickoff on the way in a moment here on 97.9 XFM.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever. Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Enjoy the conveniences of banking with all the services offered at Washington Savings Bank. Member FDIC.
Connor Woodley to kick off here for Charleston after the Trojans get the interception and the run back for a touchdown. The ball's booted into the end zone again, another touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Hearts at their 20. Didn't get to run much of a series that first possession, Dustin.
No, one running play and then the interception return for a touchdown, 35 yards for Sam Schutte, the junior for Charleston, and the Trojans come out with a 7-0 lead for Effingham. Just got to regroup. Shackelford, just going to have to shake it off and realize that he's still got 3 and most of the fourth quarter left to go.
Nate Shackelford up under center on 1st and 10. There's the handoff. Woomer off tackle to the right side. Gets out near the 25-yard line. Probably call it the 24. Gain of 4 at 2nd and 6. Just underway, but Charleston already in front, 7-0. The score came with 11-17 left in the first quarter on the 35-yard interception and return for the touchdown by Sam Schutte for the Trojans. Shack up under center at 2nd and 6. Got 2 guys split to the near side. Handoff, though. Great hole. My goodness, look at that gain. Woomer out near the 40-yard line before they bring him down. What a gaping hole on the left side of that line, Dustin.
Yeah, he found some space there for sure. The Effingham line opened it up for him and gets all the way out across 35.
Call it the 38. Gain of 14 yards. And a new set of downs for the Hearts. This drive going a little better. They come to the near side. They've got Duncan. He's coming out here split farthest, nearest to us. Again, they've got 2 receivers on the left side. Shack looking to throw this time. Caught by Duncan at about the 45, and then he gets stopped. Good play by Charleston. They didn't let him get away. 3 people in on the stop, but Tristan did make the catch, and it's good to the 43-yard line. So from the 38 to the 43, a gain of 5, and it's 2nd and 5.
Yeah, not a huge gain, but it's forward movement. 2nd and 5 is a manageable position, and it opens up the playbook. You can pretty much do what you want to do here.
Tristan stays out here to the near side. They've got, let's see, another man to the near side and far side, rather. That run for not much. Might have got a yard to the 44. Nope, they're going to stick it back at the 43. No gain. And now it's 3rd and 5. So Woomer carried for no gain. Ball still at the 43-yard line, and it's 3rd and 5. I'll bet they throw here.
I would imagine so. You got Kalber and Duncan again here on the left side, lined up wide on the left side of the line.
Again, nobody split wide to the right. Shack looking, throw, caught by Duncan in midfield. He has the first down into Charleston territory, and then they drive him out of bounds. But the catch is good enough for a first down at Charleston's 49-yard line. So a gain of 8, and that's enough for a first down.
Yeah,
they're going to sit it on midfield, Dustin.
Duncan pretty much knew exactly where the sticks were at, ran out a step past and turned around. Ball was waiting for him. Another short gain, but it keeps those chains moving.
So 1st and 10 at midfield for the Hearts. Again, Charleston with the interception on the opening drive. Ran it back for a score. So the Trojans are up 7-0 here early in the game. Shack up under center. Fakes the handoff. Looking to throw. Here comes Charleston. He's going to run. And he gets about 2 to the Charleston 48-yard line. Nice defense that time by the Trojans. Shack got a couple. And it's 2nd and 8. At Charleston's 48-yard line. 8:12 to go, opening quarter. Good to have you with us in Charleston. Next week's homecoming as the Hearts will play host to Mattoon. Hearts line up. Shack staying up under center here. Hearts in the eye this time. Handoff to the deep back. That's Woomer. And he is inside the 45 before they drive him back. Still not a first down, but a decent gain. They'll give him to the 45, a gain of 3. And it's 3rd and 5.
Just kind of ran into his own man blocking for him down the field a little bit and tried to push everybody forward, get an extra yard or 2 on the end of that one. Not a ton of space, but a 3-yard gain. Effingham on 3rd and 5 the last time around was able to convert it with a pass to Duncan.
Hearts switch the wideouts to the right side now. It's Holden Lewis out there with Tristan Duncan on 3rd and 5. Looking to throw, puts it in the air, and it is incomplete. In fact, it was almost picked again. Duncan had gone deep. Lewis was the man who stayed underneath, and they just didn't connect, and it's 4th and 5.
Yeah, it was just a short little out route for Lewis there, and the throw was supposed to lead him a little bit, but it led him way too far, and like you said, the Trojan defender was about as close to it as anybody. So, yeah, he got 4th and 5 at the Charleston 45. Be interesting to see what the decision is here. Shackelford's still on the field. Looks like they're going to run a play.
So 4th and 5 at the 45 of Charleston. Shack back in the shotgun here with a man lined up beside him. 3 people split wide. And then you've got Jed Gillum coming over here to the near side. And down goes Shack for a big loss back near Effingham's 45-yard line. Charleston playing some really good defense his first couple of series. They put it down at Effingham's 47. So that is a loss of 8 yards. And that gives Charleston the football at Effingham's 47-yard line. So this team that had lost 19 games in a row, now 2-2 on this season, feeling their oats. They have it first and 10 at Effingham's 47-yard line.
Yeah, so Effingham's defense on the field for the first time tonight, and they need to get a stop here and swing the momentum of this game.
Handoff to the deep back. Actually, it was a direct snap to the running back, and he got near the 45. That ball went way in the air, and Nick Cheney, the quarterback, tried to catch it, or it was some fake. Anyway, they snapped it to the running back, Braden Doyle, and he gets it to near the 45, so a gain of 2 maybe.
Some speculation with the rest of the folks up here in the press box about whether that was intentional or not, but it did work out. They picked up a little bit of yardage anyway.
Gain of 2 to the 45, so it's 2nd and 8. 7-0 Charleston. They're going to throw across the middle, and it's incomplete. Rent sailing through the middle of everybody. Stops the clock with 6:29 to go in the opening quarter. That will bring up a 3rd and 8. So this is the measure of a ball club when you can convert on something like this.
Yeah, it's a big play for Charleston and an even bigger play for the Effingham defense. You know, get off the field, get your defense back in, or your offense back out there.
Hearts certainly know they're in a game. No doubt about it after the first few minutes of this one. Gonna throw, comes to the near side, it's caught, and he's out of bounds shy of the first down. That'll bring up 4th down. The catch is made by Braden Doyle, their running back. He got the reception to the 41, so a gain of 4. That'll bring up a 4th and a long 3 for the Trojans. I'm sure they'll go for it. Well, or not. Their kicker is out there. So let's see whether Connor Woodley puts a foot to it here. They could really pin the Hearts deep. There's the snap. Here's the punt. Off the side of the foot, and it ends up hitting at the 2 and then going into the end zone for a touchback. So nice try, but it'll come out to the 20. That's where the Hearts will set up shop 1st and 10. So good work by the defense, forces the punt. Hearts have the football. 7-0 Charleston, 6:16 to go opening quarter. Back in 30, Brian, on 97.9 XFM.
Visit us 24/7 at danheck.com and check out the specials we have going on right now. No one will sell you a new Chevrolet or Toyota for less. Let us prove it to you. See you today at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham.
Effingham Express Care is there for all your urgent care needs. They're open 7 days a week and no appointment is needed for all injuries and illnesses. Plus, they have on-site x-ray. And they accept all major insurance and offer a self-pay discount. For more information, visit centralillinoisurgentcare.com.
All right, we're back at Charleston now. We're back at Charleston, and the Hearts run Chase Woomer on 1st and 10 at the 20. And he gets out across the 30 to the 32-yard line, a gain of 12, and the Hearts taste first down on the first play from scrimmage this drive. Again, this drive started with 6:16 to go in the first quarter. Charleston leads it 7-0. Hearts' first defensive stand, though, forced them to punt. So at the 32, the Hearts have a new set of downs. Lewis split wide to the right. They've got it. Woomer up the middle. Big hole. He might have another first down.
Yeah, I think they're probably going to spot him just short, but very close. Probably less than a yard to go.
Stick shows me about a yard. Good eyes. So 2nd and 1. Gain of 9, obviously, for Woomer. To about the 42-yard line.
Chase has got 46 yards on 7 carries. It's a good start for him.
Hearts again line up in the eye. There's the snap. Here's the handoff. Woomer, big hole, and he is across into Charleston territory. Ends up at the Trojan 45-yard line, and another Effingham first down.
Yeah, you know, as well as Effingham's been able to throw the ball this year, you know, you're watching what's going on so far, and they're running it pretty well. So we may see them continue to dial this up until the Trojans prove they can stop it.
Gain of 13 that time for Woomer. There at the Charleston 45-yard line, and the new set of downs. Shack up under center. There's the snap. Here's the handoff to Woomer again. Up the middle again. And thanks to that Charleston defender, shoved him 2 yards farther down the field, a gain to the 41.
Yeah.
So it's 2nd and 6 on a gain of 4.
You have to, I don't know whether it was worth it for Chase or not, because he took a pretty good shot to get tossed forward those extra couple of yards. But nonetheless, it makes this 2nd down play a little more manageable for the Effingham offense.
Calber split out here wide to the near side. Tristan goes wide to the far side. And then the eye, as far as the backs, they bring Calber close. Here's the snap. Here's the handoff. Get him a block. And a decent gain inside the 40 for Woomer to about the 37. It's a gain of 4. And that'll bring up a 3rd and maybe 2.
Yeah, a little more work to do, but you're inside the 40. And Woomer's had pretty good luck running it so far, so we'll see if we can get it all right here.
So 3rd down, 2 yards to go. Effingham with the ball at the Charleston 37-yard line. Shack up under center. There's the snap. Handoff Woomer, big hole. He has the first down inside the 40-yard line.
Yeah, needed to get just across the 35. And
35, pardon me.
Did that and then some. Looks like they're going to set it down at 34, so another first down for the Hearts.
Gain of 3. They needed 2, got 3. So 1st and 10 for Effingham at Charleston's 34-yard line. 3.5 to go in the first quarter. Charleston leads it 7-0. They got the interception they ran back for a touchdown. LaThumble, who has the ball? Maybe Charleston. Although not much excitement. Effingham must have retained possession. One of the linemen for Effingham grabbed it. It was either Marcus Heights or Styles Crow. It's right on the 35, so a loss of a yard, Dustin. And you can pick which lineman you want to give that 1 yard loss to.
Marcus, I'm sorry.
So 2nd and 11 at Charleston's 35. Hart's trying to tie this thing up. There's the snap, looking to throw. Has some time, throws it over the head of the intended receiver, though. They got Chet Gillum out there, but overthrew him.
Yeah, so far I would not say that Nate has been particularly sharp in this game. Completed a couple short routes to Tristan Duncan, but his last couple of throws have been more trying to hit a guy on the run, and they haven't been particularly accurate. So we'll see if he can dial that in a little bit. He's going to need to.
Incomplete pass stops the clock with 2:43 to go in the first quarter. That will bring up a 3rd and 11. They're at the Charleston 35. From the shotgun, the snap's over his head, but Shack gets back there, recovers it, looking to throw.
Needs to throw it away.
Here comes Charleston, needs to get rid of it, and he finally does throw it over on the sidelines out of bounds. Man, that was close to a sack.
There's a flag on the play, though.
That could be grounding. That could be grounding. Let's see. Yep, intentional grounding, and that's a loss of down as well as the incompletion. So it's 4th down.
Well, I mean, it's easy for me to say sitting up here, but as soon as that snap sails on you, you got to decide to either take off running with it because the routes are clearly going to be all messed up. You're not going to know where anybody's at, or you just toss it downfield and out of bounds.
So the penalty brings the ball back to Effingham's 49-yard line. It is 4th down. They've got a mile to go, so that'll bring out the punter for this Hearts ball club, Dawson Witten. And so far, it's not been a pretty start to this one. Witten looks to kick, and he does. Off the side of his foot, it hits inside the 30 and stays there. And that's where the Hearts will tag it out at the 28-yard line, Dustin. So he kicked it from about the 45 to the 28. So not a deep kick by any means.
No, only 23 positive yards on that one.
But Charleston will get it 1st and 10 at their 28. So by any stretch of the imagination, Charleston's come out loaded for bear in this one. They have it 1st and 10 at their 28, 2:26 left in the opening quarter, and the Trojans have a 7-0 lead. And the Hearts have had a hard time getting anything going. There's the snap. Here's the handoff, off tackle. Slowed him down, still didn't stop him. He's still on his feet, and he gets out to the 35-yard line. That was a nice run by the Trojans running back. That was number 25 for Charleston. And that is
Corey
Spohr. It's interesting. I've got a sheet with names and numbers, and then I have a roster that doesn't have all those names. So that's a problem. So Spohr from the 28 to the 35, a gain of 7. Here's the handoff. Spohr again coming to the near side, and this time the Hearts surround him, and he goes down at about the 39, very close to a first down. Let's see how this sorts itself out. I think he got it. Yep, they're moving the chains. Haven Prather among the guys in there on the stop. Jacob Stoneburner, but Spohr to the 40. Gain of 5, and that's enough for a first down for Charleston. So 1st and 10 Trojans at their 40-yard line. Minute and a half to go in the opening quarter. Charleston in front 7-0. Hearts home for homecoming next Friday night to Mattoon. We'll have it for you. There's the snap. Fake the handoff. The quarterback kept, but the Hearts reacted well. Cheney, the quarterback, got it to about the 44. So a decent gain on a little misdirection there. That'll make it 2nd and 6. So Nick Cheney, the quarterback, faked the handoff, kept it, and a gain of 4 to the 44, and it's 2nd and 6. A lot of Effingham fans across the field from us. They haven't had much to cheer about so far, but it's early. We'll see. Under a minute to go in the opening quarter. Cheney from the shotgun. There's the snap. There's the handoff, and the Hearts swarmed him. He's going to lose yardage on that play. Great reaction by the Hearts. Jacob Logan, Prather's in there again. Wow, they're going to give him to the 43 for a loss of 1. So it's 3rd down and about 7 or 8. And this will be the last play of the first quarter. Or we may not get another play off before the end of the first quarter. About 15 seconds left. Charleston doesn't look as if they're in any hurry to run another play here.
Nope.
So that is going to wrap up our first quarter of play. And if you're a Charleston fan, you're feeling pretty good. After 1 here at Charleston High School, it's Charleston 7, Effingham nothing. Second quarter on the way in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce their new outpatient therapy. Evergreen now offers physical, occupational, and speech therapies for their patients. If you need therapy, don't worry. Evergreen's outpatient therapy can help you too. Give Evergreen a call today for a tour.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
Ready for the second quarter. Here at Charleston, it's Charleston 7, Effingham nothing. Nothing much clicking offensively for the Hearts so far. Charleston with the ball. It's 3rd and 8. Big chance for a big stop here, but the Hearts jump, and there's the flag. Hearts, I think, do that for the first time this season. I don't remember it happening, but they bit, and the jumping across the line is 5 yards. That's still not enough for a first down, but it makes it much more manageable for Charleston. It's now 3rd and 2.
Yeah, it certainly does give Charleston a lot more options as far as what kind of play they might want to run here with only a couple of yards to pick up. Sticks are right at midfield, so see what they got in store.
Nick Cheney, the Charleston quarterback, back in the shotgun. I guess he could kick if he wanted to. They give it away, and a first down gained on the run just across midfield. That was Braden Doyle, and he gets the first down to the Effingham 49. A gain of 4. A gain of 4, and that's enough for a first down for the Trojans. So 1st and 10 for Charleston at Effingham's 49-yard line. Not much to cheer about if you're an Effingham fan so far tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it had a little something going on the last possession, running the football, but it sort of stalled out, largely due to some botched snaps. When they decided they wanted to throw the ball, then all of a sudden the ball was hitting the ground. So that is why Charleston's got it back right now.
They're running the shotgun all the time. Here's the handoff, and he might have got a yard before the Hearts driving back. That was either Doyle or Spoor. Corey Spoor carried that. No, it's Doyle. It's Braden Doyle that carried that time, and it's to the 48 of Effingham. So a gain about a yard.
Yep.
So it's 2nd and 9. 28 and 25 are their running backs, so have to look hard. And again, they're running out of the shotgun all the time. Cheney across the middle. The pass is caught for a first down inside Effingham's 35-yard line. Pass caught by Braden Reynolds. Nice throw by Cheney, a little high, but nothing that Reynolds couldn't go up and get. And it's first down for Charleston at Effingham's 34-yard line. So from the 48 to the 34, a gain of 14, and the new set of downs here for the Trojans. They are marching down the field here. Snap to Cheney, handoff to Doyle, and he keeps driving, gets close to the 30 before they push him back. Call it the 32.
Seems to be where they're set up. Yeah, a couple of yards there.
So it's 2nd and 8. Charleston doing right well, moving the ball down the field here.
Yeah, they've, I mean, that was a heck of a catch by Reynolds on the play before that to keep that drive going. And for Effingham, this is the time to stiffen up.
Cheney again running from the shotgun out of that quarterback spot. There's the snap. He's looking to throw. Here come the Hearts. Throw across the middle's incomplete. Overthrew the intended receiver that time. No opportunity for the catch there. Incompletion stops the clock with 9:44 to go in the second quarter. And it's 3rd and 8.
Yeah, it would have taken a stepladder to go up and get that one. Might have been hurried a little bit in the backfield to get rid of it and not hurt the accuracy.
The ball still at Effingham's 32-yard line. Again, a 3rd and 8 situation here for the Trojans. Big for Effingham to get a stop here. There's the throw, and the pass is incomplete again. The intended receiver was Schutte, and he just didn't get there in time.
Yeah, led him a little too far. Not sure if it was the case of the receiver not getting to the spot he needed to be or the quarterback rushing the throw or being a little inaccurate. But in any case, it was not even close. And so now they've got a 4th and 8 and quite a little ways to go. But at the 32, you know, obviously they're going to go for it.
Have you noticed the football keeps creeping closer to the 31?
Yeah. You see that from time to time, don't you?
So they have a little less yardage than they might have earlier in this series. But it is 4th down. Big play here. Looking to throw across the middle. It is incomplete. Good work by the Hearts. Now I want to double check and see who it was that I think got a hand on that and knocked that away. It was Gunnar Franklin. Got a hand on that ball and deflected it. And the incompletion gives the ball over to Effingham on down. So good work by the defense, and the Hearts have it 1st and 10 at their 31-yard line.
And honestly, that was probably the most accurate throw on that particular set of downs that Cheney made, but it just wasn't quite there, and the Hearts will get it back. And for as unfortunately as this game has started for Effingham, you're down 1 score. Right. All it takes is 1 good drive here.
So 1st and 10 for Effingham at their 31. Charleston leads at 7-0. Shackelford up under center on 1st and 10. They've got Kalber here to the near side. He's in motion. They give it to the deep back on the handoff, and that's Woomer, and he's out to about the 35-yard line. So good gain to the 35, gain of 3, gain of 4 actually, and it's 2nd and 6. 9:18 to go, second quarter. We're at Charleston. Next week, Effingham's home for homecoming. Matt Toon will be our guests. Shackelford, fumble again. Who's got the ball? Charleston saying they do. Yeah, Trojan football. Boy, the Hearts just came in here and might have expected this to be an easy win, and it's starting anything but.
Yeah, I mean, this is getting to the point where it's a little worrisome. At first you're like, well, you know, just a little bit of a slow start, but the snaps are a major problem. I mean, that's the way the last drive ended. Even though they didn't turn it over, they didn't take care of the football, and it put them in bad position. And now, you know, they give it away. Second turnover of the game, and it leaves Charleston with 34 yards to go for a score.
1st and 10 for the Trojans. In the shotgun, there's the handoff. Coming to the near side, turns it up, gain to the 30. That's Spoor that time. And good work by Jacob Logan coming up to make the stop for Effingham. Spoor gains to the 30, so gain of 3, and it's 2nd and 7. Right at the 30-yard line. 7-0 Charleston. 8:38 to go, second quarter. Hearts are 4-0, but if they want to go to 5-0, the offense is certainly going to have to step up their game. Again, Cheney in the shotgun. Spoor lined up beside him in this set. And Spoor gets the handoff, and he goes off the right side of tackle, and he's still going, and he's inside the Hearts' 20-yard line before they finally take him down. And the Trojans have a first down at the Effingham 19-yard line. So from the 30 to the 19, a gain of 11. And the new set of downs for Charleston.
Yeah, Spoor up to 27 yards on 4 carries with that 11-yarder. So, you know, that's another added wrinkle to the problems here is that the Hearts are having a little bit of trouble slowing him down. He's got carries of 7, 5, 4, and 11.
Went laterally and then went right at center, and nice gain. So first down at the Hearts' 19-yard line. Here's the snap, handoff, Spoor, There's a flag. We haven't had many of those yet tonight. And let's see what this is all about. Gain to the 17. It looks like a gain of 2, but we'll see about the flag.
Spohr was the lone man in the backfield there, and Charleston had 4 wide receivers, 3 split to the right. And so, not a lot of blocking up front.
I think this one's on the Trojans.
Holding, offense number 66. 10-yard penalty from the spot of foul. Repeat the down.
So it is a hold. It is a 10-yard walk-off, so the penalty occurred at the 20. Loss of 10 on the holding penalty, back to the 30. So it's now first down and a bundle.
Yep,
they have to get inside the 10 for a first down. They're back at the 30. Here's the snap, and he wasn't looking. He just managed to get rid of it with a pitch to Spohr, and he's hit for a loss. And now there's a late flag, and let's see what that's about.
It might be a face mask. I think somebody might have inadvertently got a hand on his face mask there, and that's unfortunate because Effingham had that bottled up, and it was just, yep.
Face mask on the Hearts. The ball is at the 33. Yeah, it was inadvertent, as Dustin said, so it's a 5-yard penalty. That's the only break the Hearts catch there. Ball is moved to the 27. So from the 32 where the infraction occurred, so there would have been a loss on the play and then the 5-yard walk-off. So the football's at the 27, so it's 1st and 16 instead of 1st and 21. They still have a long way to go, but they're well into Effingham territory. Here's a pass. It's caught, and immediately a tackle. But the pass is complete. It's grabbed out there by Sam Schutte. And he got taken down at the 24-yard line. So that's a gain of 3. So now it's 3rd down and still 14, 15 yards.
Yeah, still got to get to the 9.
They've got 2nd down on the sticks. 2nd down, my apologies.
Yeah, because after that face mask, it was still first down.
Thank you. So 2nd down and 16. Charleston with the ball inside the Hearts' 25-yard line here. Reynolds, there's a fumble by Charleston, and I think the Hearts have recovered it.
Yep.
Great maneuver there to get on that ball. That's Stoneburner. Jacob Stoneburner, old number 44, landed on that one, and the Hearts get the ball back. So finally a miscue by Charleston. Turns into a gained ball by Effingham. 1st and 10 for Effingham at their 31-yard line.
Yeah, that's really the first the first break that's gone the Hearts' way. See if they can make a little hay on that one. Nice hustle.
Hearts are running hurry up here. They're already snapping a football. Shaq looking to throw. He's going deep. He's got Duncan all by himself, and he overthrew him. He was 20 yards beyond any defender, but he overthrew him.
You can't get any more wide open than Tristan Duncan just was down there. You're right. I don't know what happened with the Charleston secondary, but nobody knew where he was at. And Nate just flat overthrew him.
Well,
Go ahead.
Well, the Hearts were ready. They got out there immediately after that fumble. The Hearts recovered it. Their offense was on the field. Charleston was still running kids off the field. So Effingham tried to capitalize, but the pass was overthrown. So 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff this time. Coming to the near side, that's Woomer. He's to the 35, so decent game, but now it's 3rd down. So things just haven't clicked offensively for the Hearts tonight. From the 31 to the 35, a gain of 4, and it's 3rd and 6. So 3rd down, 6 yards. Effingham at their own 35-yard line. Looking to get some continuity going in their offense. Shackelford up under center. Looking to throw. Got a man. Caught by Duncan. He might have been close to the stick.
Yeah.
We'll see about the spot.
He's going to be about a yard short.
So the spot of the football is out across the 40.
Boy, that's a better spot than I thought. That's what? Not even a half a yard?
Correct.
You're at your own 41. Man, they're going to come out and measure it. And this is a tough spot for Effingham. I mean, you're a little close to your own end zone, but by the same token, you need something to go your way. You need something to get you guys fired up and get some momentum going. So if this doesn't measure out in their favor, you got to really think about it.
Half the length of the football. Nope, they got it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look at that spot. They got it. Wow. The sticks came out, and half the length of the football, the Hearts got the first down.
I really didn't think. I mean, when the play ended, I didn't think he had it, and even after the spot, I didn't think he had it. But Effingham will certainly take it, and they need to do something with it now.
So they got the key first down just across the 40-yard line. And the drive continues. 5:27 left before halftime. This game's flying by. Boy, they picked up Woomer. Chase was coming to the right side. One of the Charleston defenders got under him, took him up off the field.
Yeah.
Nothing nasty, just effective. And he takes him down at the 40 for a 1-yard loss, and it's 2nd and 11.
Boy, that'll get the hair standing up on your arms if you're a defensive back, wanting to come up and put a hit like that on somebody.
He literally took him up off the field, so it's 2nd and 11. Hearts at their own 40. Shackelford ready. There's the snap. Looking to throw. Going deep. Got Duncan. He's beat 2 people. He makes the catch. Touchdown, Effingham.
What a throw.
Holy moly.
What a throw. There were 2 people back there on Duncan, too, and he just outran the both of them. And Shackelford put the ball right in his hands, caught it in stride, and that's a 60-yard touchdown.
That was beautiful. Beautiful pass. Got it past the defenders. Tristan took care of the rest. 7-6, and the Hearts will kick for the tie.
Boy, as rough as some of the throws have been tonight for Nate, that was beautiful.
4:40 left in the second quarter. The Hearts have made it a 7-6 game. I hope they get everybody out there to kick in time. From Wolf's hold, there's the placement. The kick's up. Looks good to me. The officials agree, and the Hearts have tied this game. 7-7, 4:40 to go, second quarter. Kickoff in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever. Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Enjoy the conveniences of banking with all the services offered at Washington Savings Bank. Member FDIC.
Yvonne Angel kicks off for Effingham, and he kicks it inside the 10. It's taken at the 5-yard line by the Trojans. They come back to the near side of the field. He's out across the 30 before they take down Corey Spoor. Credit for the stop there to Jacob Logan. He's been a busy kid already tonight. Mason Hasty on the stop for Effingham. 36 rather than 33. Spoor on the return, took it at the 5, returns it out to the 33. That's where Charleston will set up shop here, 1st and 10 with 4:34 left before halftime.
28-yard return for Spoor, and he had a head of steam going. I was a little concerned about where that was going, but Effingham managed to stop him, wrap him up, and now see the defense and give Effingham one more chance with the football before halftime.
7-7 game now after the Hearts tie it on that beautiful touchdown pass. Here's the handoff up the gut. He dives across the 35. Nice job of making something out of nothing there by Braden Doyle. Gain to the 36. So from the 33 to the 36, a gain of 3, and it's 2nd and 7.
Yeah, Doyle, it's been tough running for him. This is 6th carry for 10 total yards. But he's a big kid, and he gives them a little change of pace from Spoor, who has picked up 24 on the ground.
Doyle's out. Now they bring in Luke Bell, a senior, in the backfield for Charleston. He's out there with Spoor. Actually, they split him wide to the right. Luke Bell. On 2nd and 8, looking to throw. Across the middle, it is tipped and just about picked. It ends up incomplete. It was off the hands of Sam Schutte. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd and 7 or 8, and the Hearts, again, as Dustin just said, might have a real opportunity if they can get an out here.
Yeah, Charleston has run some sets where they have a ton of receivers out on the field and not a bunch of guys on the line. You know, not a ton of blocking for pass protection, but they get rid of it quickly. So far, Effingham's been able to put enough pressure on Cheney that he hasn't been able to make accurate throws, even with a little bit of an advantage as far as the defensive backs go.
Here's the snap. Here they come after Cheney. There's a throw. It is caught. It's not caught. Plus, there's a flag.
Yeah, the
moot point.
Play was whistled dead before he got rid of it. He went ahead and threw it anyway.
Ball start. Offense.
So false start on the offense. So that'll bring it back 5. And now it's 3rd down and 13. And the football inside the 25. Inside the 35 at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, for Effingham, just don't get beat deep here. Make sure you cover everything. They got 4 receivers in there again.
And there's the snap. Here's the pass, and it is caught. No, it's not. Off the hands of the intended receiver. That was Jordan Sakaris. And it's off his hands, incomplete. Ends up landing out of bounds. Stops the clock with 3:44 and brings up 4th down, most importantly.
Yeah, thrown into an awful lot of traffic there along the sideline. Not much of a way that it's going to be a clean catch there. So now it's going to be Connor Woodley coming out to try and punt and see if he can reverse field a little bit here.
Parker Wolf back to receive this punt. He's out across the 35. There's the snap taking his time. He did get rid of it, but it's an end-over-ender, and it doesn't get to midfield.
It wasn't a great snap. He had a little trouble handling it. By the time he got it under control and got the kickoff, it didn't have much on it. Might have been affected a little bit for all I know.
So the Hearts are going to end up with a football in Charleston territory here at the 47 of the Trojans, with still 3:39 left before halftime.
And just 16 yards on that punt. So Effingham with a golden opportunity for, as tough as this first half has been for Effingham to possibly take a lead here.
7-7 game here at Charleston, and now a whistle. The officials called time. They wanted to talk to somebody in the middle of the line for Effingham. Now we're good. 1st and 10 Effingham into Charleston territory to start this drive. There's the snap. Shack gives it to Woomer. Chase across the 45 to about the 44-yard line. So a gain of 3 or so on first down.
Woomer has taken 16 carries now, and with that run, he's going to be up around 85 yards. He's done some pretty good work so far.
You think a gain of 3? Make it 2nd and 7?
We'll call it the 44.
Hearts and Charleston tied at 7. 3:10 left before halftime. We have zipped through this first half of football. Shack up under center. There's the snap. Fakes the handoff. A lot of time to throw. Across the middle, there he is. Parker. It's Holden Lewis, and he got turned around and couldn't make the catch.
It's a good throw. I mean, like you said, got turned around a little bit, but Shackelford put it where he needed to, and unfortunately Holden just could not corral it. But he beat a couple guys down the field to the spot. That's one of those plays you might file away for future reference. Well, Effingham's been able to get behind their secondary 2 or 3 times in this game so far. So yeah, and now that Nate seems to be a little more dialed in on the accuracy of his throws, get a little more confident to maybe call that play again at some point later in the game. Hearts with the ball at Charleston's 44. It's 3rd down now. Here's the snap. Looking to throw. Throw is, Duncan had fallen down or something. Went up, touched it. It stayed in the air, and Charleston intercepts. They run it back to near midfield. I'm not sure what the situation was there. It looked like Tristan was leaning over, saw the ball coming, stood back up, got a hand on it, caused it to stay in the air. Charleston with the pick, and they return it out to their own 47-yard line. Yeah, that one's not on Shackelford. Nope. That was Duncan just losing his footing. It's an unfortunate thing, but it was Reynolds, number 19, Braden Reynolds, with the pickoff there. So to the 47, Charleston has a new set of downs, and they have 2:47 to work with in this 7-7 football game. That's their own 47. Here's the snap. Handoff to Spohr, and he gets away, and he gets it inside Effingham's 45-yard line, very near a first down before they take him down. They'll spot it at the 44.5. So give him a gain of 9. Just inside the Hearts' 45-yard line. 2:24 left. I don't believe either team's used a timeout in the first half. Nope. So a lot of maneuverability still an option here. 7-7 game. Charleston got a pick,
and ran it back for a touchdown. Hart scored here in the second quarter, and that's been your offense. There's a snap. Here's a handoff, and nice work by the Harts defense. If anything, he might have lost a yard.
Yeah, it certainly didn't get where he needed to go. It would be a question of whether they keep it on the original line of scrimmage or shove this one back a yard. I think it's pretty much the original line of scrimmage.
Braden Doyle carried Dustin, no gain, so that brings up third down. Still a couple of yards shy of a first down. We're down to 1:44 left in the first half. 7-7 game. Charleston with the ball in Effingham territory. They've been here enough in the first half. High snap. Again, he is sacked for a loss. This again was that high snap.
Yep.
Either to Cheney or Doyle or to both of them. And Doyle got it, and they're going to give him to the 46, which is really generous.
Yeah, he lost. I mean, only a loss of a couple of yards there. Yeah, it was a high snap. I think just supposed to be a quick handoff, but obviously the high snap messed up their timing a little bit. So now, fourth down, 3 yards to go for Charleston, and we're counting down under a minute here. So for Effingham's defense, a little more work to do, but you really want to keep Charleston off the board here because remember the Trojans get the football to start the second half too. So
I think Charleston's willing to take a delay a game here.
Or call it. Yeah, they called it their first timeout.
2 seconds left on the play clock. They called timeout. So the Trojans called time, 47.3 seconds left. Let's take a 30-second break, Brian and Gail. 7-7 Effingham and Charleston here on 97.9 XFM.
Visit us 24/7 at danheck.com and check out the specials we have going on right now. No one will sell you a new Chevrolet or Toyota for less. Let us prove it to you. See you today at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham.
Effingham Express Care is there for all your urgent care needs. They're open 7 days a week and no appointment is needed for all injuries and illnesses. Plus, they have on-site x-ray. And they accept all major insurance and offer a self-pay discount. For more information, visit centralillinoisurgentcare.com.
All right, Charleston with the ball at Effingham's 46-yard line. It's fourth down and about 3, and it looks like they're going to punt. They have Woodley out there to punt, and now a whistle, and now the Harts call time. They wanted to see what Charleston had planned, and now they call time.
Well, and so now Charleston could go into their huddle and be like, okay, well, now we'll do something else. They could just keep calling timeouts. Could they just keep calling timeouts back and forth? They've each still got 2 left,
Yeah, they could do that.
This half has gone by so quickly, do a little something just to give everybody their money's worth.
Somebody will want a rebate. They want 47 cents back on their ticket price. So we'll see what happens here as the Harts call time. Todd Millardo, the superintendent of Charleston School, stops by to say hello. Yes, unfailingly. Thank you. Always good to see you, Todd. Well, nice that we had a timeout so I could say hi to Todd.
Charleston's got the same personnel back on the field, so it appears that they still intend to punt.
All right. 7-7 game, 47 seconds left in the first half. Fourth down for the Trojans. They do snap it. They do punt it. And it's a pretty good punt. Hits at the 25-yard line of Effingham.
Boy.
And then rolls inside the Harts 15. So that worked out well for the Trojans.
That landed too close to Holden Lewis for... Oh, my goodness.
Oh, roughing the kicker's called. That's a first down for Charleston.
I didn't see it, to be honest with you.
I was watching the flight of the football.
It must have happened well after he kicked the football because I watched it come off his foot and then looked downfield. And whatever it was, it's a 15-yard penalty.
Boy, that is unfortunate. That moves the football down to Effingham's 31-yard line. There's still 37 seconds left here, folks.
Goodness gracious.
This is not one for the time capsule.
This is going to be probably not the most enjoyable halftime session that these Effingham players have ever been through.
Think Coach Hefner might get a point across?
I think he's going to get several points across.
First and 10 for Charleston at Effingham's 31. 37 seconds left in the half in this tie game. Here's the handoff. Spohr, nice duck inside a block. He gets it inside the Effingham 25-yard line to the 24, and Charleston calls time. Gain to the 24 from the 31, a gain of 7. And so it's 2nd and 3. And the Trojans call their second timeout.
Well, now all of a sudden it becomes less about, running time off the clock, and they probably wish they had some of that time that they ran off earlier when they were just trying to make sure they didn't give Effingham too much time after the punt. Now all of a sudden the Hearts commit a penalty, let them keep the football, and now they're looking at 26.6 seconds, and they still got 24 yards to go. Probably going to require them to put the ball in the air at some point here. And the good news for the Hearts is that they have done a pretty good job defending that so far tonight.
They threw early. Charleston threw the first series or two. They haven't thrown much since then. They've mostly run the football. The ball just inside Effingham's 24-yard line. 2nd down and about 3. 27 seconds left in the first half. You have a man in motion. There's the snap, looking to throw. Here come the Hearts. Here's a throw, and it is incomplete. Spohr and Stoneburner were downfield battling, and meanwhile the Hearts were blitzing. And just about getting there to pay a call was Austin Herbeth. Cheney just did get the football gone. Incomplete pass stops the clock with 22 seconds left in the half. And it's 3rd and 3.
Herbeth did not get there in time for the sack, but he got there in time to still put a clean hit on Cheney. The timing was right, and it didn't allow Cheney to make a particularly accurate throw.
So 3rd and 3, 22 seconds left in this first half in this tie game. There's the snap. Here come the Hearts again. Cheney lets it go, and it's picked. Interception by the Hearts out across the 20-yard line. If I'm not missing my guess, Mason Hasty to the rescue. And Hasty, number 36, grabs that interception, and it ends up 1st and 10 for the Hearts, just out across the 20 at the 21-yard line. So the Hearts have the football with 16 seconds left. My guess is we're going to take a knee and go to the locker room. This deep in Charleston territory, you're not going to want to do something too fancy. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line. Yeah, the V formation here, and there's the knee, and that's going to be halftime. So, Hearts with a big pick by Mason Hasty stop the Charleston drive. And we have a tie game here at halftime at Charleston High School. It's Effingham 7, Charleston 7. Halftime stats won't take too long. The scoring certainly won't take too long anyway. Brian will get as many scores as he can round up. That's all on the way in a minute here on 97.9 XFM.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce their new outpatient therapy. Evergreen now offers physical, occupational, and speech therapies for their patients. If you need therapy, don't worry. Evergreen's outpatient therapy can help you too. Give Evergreen a call today for a tour.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
This is the Compass Advisory Group Halftime Show. For all of your insurance needs, contact Corey McDaniel at 347-9697.
The Charleston High School band moves out onto the field for their performance, their first home performance of the marching band season. At the half, the band may be the hot spot as far as any offense in this first half. It's 7-7, Charleston and Effingham. And it won't take long to run through the scoring in this game. Charleston intercepted Nathan Shackelford first series. And Sam Schutte ran it back 35 yards for a touchdown. The kick was good. With 11:17 to go in the first quarter, it was 7-0 Charleston. And it stayed that way for a long time. In fact, the Hearts didn't tie it until there was 4:40 left in the second quarter. At that time, they staged a nice 5-play, 69-yard drive highlighted by a beautiful pass from Shackelford to Tristan Duncan. Threw it over 2 defenders. Duncan caught it, took care of the rest. A 60-yard touchdown pass, capping a 5-play, 69-yard drive. The kick was good, and the Hearts tied it at 7-7 on a 50-second drive with 4:40 left in the first half. There was a lot of other stuff, nothing that really is worth caring about, except the Hearts have a lot to clean up here at halftime if they're going to win this game in the second half. So That's a look at the scoring, such as it was. 7-7, Effingham and Charleston. Dustin's working on the stats, plus Brian, Dust, and Gale back at the studios, trying to gather all the scores in Mid-America. We'll be back with all of that and more in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever. Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Enjoy the conveniences of banking with all the services offered at Washington Savings Bank. Member FDIC.
We're back at Charleston High School at the half. It's Effingham 7, Charleston 7. Again, the scoring didn't take long to recap. Do want to mention, since I see the Charleston band out here, that don't forget the Marching Hearts Invitational for 2019. That's coming up October 19th. That's when you can enjoy that out at Klosterman Field. We always have some 20 bands in performance, and the Hearts will get to perform an exhibition. So it's a great way to spend a Saturday afternoon. So keep that in mind. It's a great fundraiser for the Effingham High School Band Boosters. Again, 7-7, Effingham and Charleston tied. And Dustin's stats, I'm pretty sure, will reflect that.
Well, they're going to reflect that there were 2 touchdowns scored in the first half, and one of them was a defensive touchdown because Effingham has outgained Charleston 135-73 in the first half. Those are low numbers. Effingham, 7 first downs in the first half, 5 in the running game, 2 through the air. Charleston moved the chains 5 times, 3 on the ground, once through the air, and once by penalties. That was almost a big one. We made the end of that first half a lot more interesting than we thought it was going to be. And Effingham, they ran the ball 23 times in the first half, gained 65 yards. That's a 2.8 yard per carry average. The Hearts passed it 9 times, only 3 completed, and had 2 intercepted. So that triples the number of interceptions for the season, as Shackelford had only thrown 1 pick in the first 4 games. 72 yards in the passing game and 1 touchdown for Effingham. So that's their 32 plays for 135 yards. Charleston, meanwhile, gained 52 yards on the ground on 17 carries, a 3.1 yard average per carry. Passed the ball 11 times. They also completed only 3, had 1 intercepted for just 21 yards. So the Trojans, 28 plays in the first half, 73 yards. Turnovers, Effingham turned it over 3 times. They were intercepted twice. They lost a fumble as well. They put the ball on the ground 3 times in the first half, lost 1, and Charleston also turned it over a couple of times, so turnovers have been a big part of the game as well. And, penalties. Effingham penalized 4 times for 30 yards. Charleston penalized twice for 15. So just really an all-around not very pretty half of football for Effingham. Probably fortunate to be tied, quite honestly. Let's go ahead and take a look at your individual stats. I'm going to start with Charleston here. As far as running the football goes, Corey Spohr, 40 yards on 8 carries. He's done a pretty good job. Braden Doyle, also 8 carries. He's only netted 8 yards. He has really run into some tougher luck for these Trojans. And then Nick Cheney, the Charleston quarterback, he carried it once for 4 yards. Cheney, again, 3 of 11 for 21 yards and an interception. He's hit 3 different receivers. Braden Reynolds has a 14-yard catch. Braden Doyle has a 4-yard reception, and Sam Schutte caught a pass for 3 yards. As far as some of the other individual numbers, Connor Woodley, 2 punts, just 37 yards total. That's an 18.5-yard average. One of those was a touchback. He had a short field in front of him. They went ahead and punted, and he had a little too much leg on it and kicked it into the end zone. Sam Schutte, though, had a 35-yard interception return for a touchdown. That's been the Charleston highlight of play so far tonight. Reynolds also had an interception and a 12-yard return on the end of it. And Corey Spohr returned 1 kick, the only Effingham kickoff of the half. He returned that one 28 yards. For the Hearts, Chase Woomer has been a bright spot for the Effingham offense. He's carried the ball 16 times for 86 yards, really doing... This is the first time that the Hearts have really gone with like a feature back type of situation. Obviously with Logan Brown not being available, and I think if he was available, we probably would have seen him by now given the way the game has gone. Wimmer's done a nice job, 86 yards on 16 carries. Nate Shackelford, he's lost 20 yards on 6 carries. Now he took a sack in there and also had to eat some yardage on the bad snap where he then threw the ball away and got the grounding called on him. That doesn't go in the book as an incomplete pass, but they did lose yardage on top of the penalty, so he had to eat some of that. So that makes his numbers look pretty bad. And Marcus Heights, we kind of decided that he had to be the poor soul that lost a yard on that fumbled snap, that he at least retained possession for the Hearts short term, as they had another bad snap the next time. So that was quite a sequence. And then Shackelford, 3 of 9 passing, a touchdown, 2 interceptions, 72 yards. Tristan Duncan, all 3 of the catches for 72 yards. And I mean, you want to talk highlights for Effingham, the touchdown pass to Tristan Duncan was beautiful.
Man, it was a thing of beauty.
60-yard strike. He beat a couple guys downfield, and Nate hit him in stride. But, Tristan had his guys beat one other time, could very easily have a couple of scores in this game, and then, also a pretty good route, and Holden Lewis just wasn't able to hold on to one. So the chances have been there for Effingham, and you got to hope that they will continue to be there in the second half, and they might capitalize a little bit more. Dawson Witten, he punted the ball 1 time in the first half. That was a 23-yarder. Mason Hasty had an interception and a return of 5 yards. Jacob Stoneburner, the big fumble recovery. And that's it. Effingham hasn't been able to return a kickoff yet. Both of the Charleston kickoffs gone into the end zone, and no punt returns either. So there you have a look at the stats, such as they are in the first half, and the numbers, of course, that count. 7-7. That's the score as we are tied up here at Trojan Hill.
Thank you, Dustin White. Let's send it back to the sports desk. Brian Dust, what do you have for us in the way of scores, sir?
All right, we do have some halftime scores and a few others in the second quarter and even some earlier ones, but let's get you set on that Mount Zion-Mahomet Seymour game. After, we'll say mid-second quarter, it's Mount Zion ahead, 19-0. Taylorville currently leads Mattoon also in the second quarter. That score, Taylorville 14, Mattoon 0. Newton ahead of Red Hill in the second, 20-8. Got a halftime score from Cumberland where the Pirates lead Arcola 14-13. A blowout going on in Litchfield as Vandalia is shutting out Litchfield 51-0. That's only in the second quarter. Also in the second, Pana ahead of Piasaw Southwestern 14-0. Also in the second, Flora trailing Lawrenceville 6-0. At the half, Olney has 20 to Marshall's 6. Shelbyville currently leads Warrensburg-Latham 7-6 in the second. And another halftime score sees Robinson ahead of Casey Westfield 13-0. That's your football scores. And in Major League Baseball, in the top of the third, St. Louis and Chicago 0-0. Guys?
Wow. Cubs trying to snap a 9-game losing streak. Bottom fell out. Joe Madden, soon to be unemployed, it sounds, so we'll see what the Cubs have. Should be a busy offseason.
Unemployed by the Cubs, anyway.
Yeah.
I could see San Diego being an interesting landing spot for him. They're an up-and-comer, which seems to be what he sort of specializes in, so maybe he'll find someplace else to go. I'm guessing he won't be unemployed for long, but it seems like the situation in Chicago needs a change. So, I need a change.
Even the fans need a change. So Joe did a lot of great things for the Cubs, but I think it's time for a change there. Meanwhile, Cardinals are up a game on Milwaukee. Milwaukee is a game behind Washington for the first wild card spot. So there's still a lot to be decided in these last 3 games of the regular season. So going to be an interesting baseball weekend, even if you are a Cubs fan like me and kind of on the outside looking in. We want to mention again that next week is homecoming at Effingham. Homecoming parade is Wednesday night at 6. Again, they're going to use the Halloween parade route because of the construction work downtown on Jefferson. And then Friday night football as the Hearts host Mattoon at 7 at Klosterman Field. And then the homecoming dance Saturday night. So that's the plan for homecoming at EHS. Don't forget the Powder Puff game and the bonfire after the parade Wednesday night out at Klosterman Field. I want to mention the football ratings are out for Week 5, and Effingham is in the top 10 in 4A. Haven't shown it tonight, but they are. Effingham checks in 4A at number 9. Mount Zion is tied for 10th. Taylorville got votes. Rochester is not number 1. They're number 2 in 4A. Also, Chatham-Glenwood, number 1 in the state in 6A. So, pretty heady stuff there. 3A, Fairfield's number 6, Vandalia number 7, Pana number 10. Nobody from our area in 2A in the top 10. And 1A, Central A&M is number 3. Tuscola got some votes, and Arcola is number 9. And Cumberland's ahead of them by 1 at halftime. I told you the Pirates are having a pretty good season so far. So we'll see what's up with that. ESA State Tournament Junior High Softball. Rain and normal today. The 1A game between Windsor's Stu Straw's Trinity and Brimfield saw Brimfield in front 7-2 in the 4th when that game got suspended. Meanwhile, Jasper County was ahead 5-2 in the 2A tournament in the 5th over Tremont when that game got suspended. They're both playing at Champion Fields in normal, so certainly no surprise that both tournaments were delayed. So we will do our best to keep you up to date. Dustin's even checking right now. Whoever wins goes ahead and plays tomorrow morning. And if you win tomorrow morning, then you play for the championship. And if you lose, then you play for 3rd place. But you have to win the day to play tomorrow. So that's how that shapes up. Additionally, wanted to mention that there are other sports going on. Congratulations to Brownstown St. Elmo. They were the Egyptian Illini Conference Tournament baseball champs. They went 3-0 in the tournament, so congratulations to Ryan Beckhue and the crew. And I also wanted to mention that we'll have high school baseball for you Tuesday. Should be an interesting game, North Clay and Altamont. That'll be over at Altamont High School Tuesday afternoon, so keep that in mind. That'll be our last game as the regular season wraps up, but we'll have action for you from the National Trail Conference Baseball Tournament. And as soon as I get a schedule, we'll be able to tell you who is playing whom and what we'll have on the radio for you. So look forward to all of that. And I want to give a shout out to 2 guys from Effingham that are out at the National Doubles Disc Golf Tournament in Emporia, Kansas. Joe Garland and Hadley Majors had their first round action today. Unfortunately, lost 2-1, so they'll be back in consolation bracket action tomorrow morning. But only 40 teams in the nation at that tournament, and Joe and Hadley are one of those teams. So shout out to those 2 on a job well done to even get there. You're a disc golfer, Dustin, and it's a blast, and it's a sport that is quickly gaining in popularity.
Yeah, I'm not quite at the level they're at, obviously, but it's a fun game to get out there and play and play the course at Eastern pretty regularly. We've got a group that goes out, and it's pretty competitive. Talk a lot of smack, but you know, it's great, and it's very impressive for those guys to be out there competing at the level they are. So good luck the rest of the way.
There is going to be a disc golf tournament in Effingham, and it's coming up not this next weekend, but the next weekend. So you might talk to Joe or Hadley or Gary Welton or Bruce Bannister, any of those guys, Larry Meisenheimer. They can give you more information about that tournament.
I was going to say, I don't know that I've ever gone out to Effingham's course without running into Larry Meisenheimer. So between him and Chuck Fritcher, it seems like one of them is always out playing.
Oh, it's a blast. And it's not expensive. So that appeals to my tightwad nature.
Yeah, the greens fees are a little cheaper out there at Community Park than they are at any of the golf courses.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Again, it's 7-7 here. Hearts just need to clean up their act.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You know, some bad penalties, untimely penalties, turnovers.
Yeah.
You know, the second interception, that was just kind of an unfortunate thing. That's just a case of a receiver losing his footing and the quarterback putting the throw where it needs to be. The first interception was the opposite of that. That was just a bad read or something. Putting the ball on the ground, bad snaps. Snap exchanges have not been a problem for Effingham all season long, and all of a sudden tonight, it's been a major bugaboo. So they've got that to clean up, and when you do get a clean pocket and you make a good snap and have receivers open, put it in their hands. It's just one of those things. Things haven't gone real smoothly. Effingham's defense has done a pretty good job, though. And so if they can keep that up and give themselves a chance to take a lead, which the defense is going to be on the field to start the second half, then get things going in the right way. But, the Hearts, they haven't it's been a while. Charleston hasn't won this matchup since 2012. And so I'm sure that on some level these Trojan players are aware of that, and they just know what their recent history has been like, and they're pretty fired up for this game. And so Effingham's going to have to not take anything for granted and get out there and get after it here in the second half.
Casmer?
It's Casley.
Casley, the Casley brothers. That was when Charleston last had a really good run of it.
Yeah, one of them went to the U of I, as a matter of fact.
Yvonne Angel ready for the kickoff here to start the second half. Effingham and Charleston tied 7-7. Good boot by Angel. Goes inside the 5. It's touched. Then it goes into the end zone. So that could have been interesting had the Hearts been able to get down the field. But as it is, it's a touchback, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans at their 20 to start this second half. And we're tied 7-7. Now, you mentioned about the defense, and that's a good point to raise because the only score Charleston had was on the pick. So the Hearts did not allow a touchdown from scrimmage in that first half.
Yeah, 73 yards of total offense in the first half. That's obviously a very good performance by this Effingham defense. So they just need to keep it up at something approaching that same level, and there should be opportunities to get themselves a lead.
1st and 10 at the 20, 7-7 game. Again, next week's homecoming. Hearts host Mattoon, 7 o'clock next Friday night at Klosterman Field. Here's the handoff. It's Spohr. He might have lost a yard. Good work there by Austin Herbeth with a nice stop. And he may be behind the 20. Yeah. Yep. Loss of 1, so it's 2nd and 11. That's a good start to the second half.
And Herbeth's been all over the field. He was creating some havoc in the passing game for Charleston toward the end of the first half, and that time he gets in there and disrupts the run.
Beautiful, clear night here. Windy day at Charleston. Windy at that disc golf tournament I was talking about earlier, too. Looking to throw. It's deep. He's got a man there. So are the Hearts, and it's intercepted. That's Wolf.
No, they're saying that Wolf. Are they saying? Did they say he stayed in bounds or not? They're going to say he was out of bounds.
Oh, my goodness. He went a mile in the air. What an effort by Parker Wolf. He went a mile in the air for that interception, but must have landed out of bounds. So.
Yeah, it's impossible for us from where we're at to really see where he landed. Coach Hefner was obviously pleading his case over there on the sideline, pretty animated, trying to get that one to go his way, but I guess you'll take the incompletion and hope that you can stand up here on 3rd and 11.
3rd and 11 from the 19. That's Charleston's situation. We're just into the second half, tied 7-7. So a big play early in this second half. There's the snap. Here come the Hearts. The throw's gone, and it is knocked away. What a great play by Luke Spencer to break up a deep reception by Braden Reynolds. What great timing by Spencer.
Yeah, he got in there right when he needed to, timed it perfectly, put a little hit on him and broke the pass play up. So that's a good stand for Effingham's defense. And now you look at the punt returner set up right at midfield. You hopefully can get yourself some pretty good field position here.
So Woodley to punt against the wind.
And he's had an 18.5-yard average so far.
This could turn out really well for the Hearts. Taking their time. There's the snap. He takes his time, puts it in the air, and boy, look at the wind grab it. It hits at about the 44-yard line, crawls to the 48. That's where Effingham will get it, 1st and 10 in Charleston territory to start this drive. So the punt to the 48 from the 19 was the line of scrimmage. So a 29-yard punt, and the Hearts have it 1st and 10 at Charleston's 48-yard line. So that worked well. Again, the defense did their job.
They have done their job, and now it's time for the other side, for the Effingham offense to reward them for their work.
Shackelford up under center here on 1st and 10. There's the snap, looking to throw, fakes. Now he goes deep. He's got a man on the sidelines, but Charleston's there too, and it's intercepted.
That throw was just nowhere close. He's looking for Duncan, but it was nowhere close, and that is going to be Schutte with his second interception of the game.
The Hearts just get the football. They give it right back to Charleston. Interception, and it's 1st and 10 for Charleston at their 21-yard line. So absent the punt, they end up 2 yards farther down the field and have a first down. Boy, that was, you knew that was going to be intercepted from about the time it left Shackelford's hand.
It was never there.
So 1st and 10 at the 21. 7-7 game, but Charleston has the football right back on yet another Effingham turnover. Cheney from the shotgun looking to throw, throws it out here in the flats, complete. And the Hearts take him down after a very short gain. There's Franklin with some help from Jacob Logan. And Reynolds make the catch. He is to the 24, they tell us. So a gain of 3, and it's 2nd and 7. Boy, too many mistakes by the Hearts. It's still 7-7, but not a whole lot of reason for optimism when you're talking about the Hearts offense tonight. Cheney gained a couple. Looking to throw. Here come the Hearts. He gets away. He is still on his feet, and down he goes after about a 1-yard loss.
Yeah.
Good pursuit again that time by Logan. He has been a busy kid back there, and it's back to the 22, so a loss of a yard or two.
Pretty good recovery, quite honestly, for Cheney, who they initially made contact with him behind the 20, and he was able to step forward and get a little bit back.
So it's 3rd down and about 8. Let's see what happens here. Cheney worked from the shotgun the whole game. The Hearts blitz. He gets the throwaway, and it's caught out across the 25, but not nearly enough for a first down, and that'll bring up 4th down. The pass is caught by Sam Schutte to the 27-yard line, gain of 5, let's call it, and it's 4th and about 4.5 or 5, and here's Woodley back to punt again.
Quite a war of attrition for these two offenses here in the early goings of the 3rd quarter.
You see the worn spot in the middle of the field. There's a reason for that. This one off the toe of his foot goes out of bounds on the fly at the 45.
Almost took out a Charleston cheerleader there.
The angle. Let's see where they spot it. They're going to spot it at about the 35, 34-yard line. 35-yard line's where the Hearts are going to get the ball 1st and 10 at Charleston's 35.
It's only 8 yards.
That was a wobbler. So 1st and 10 for the Hearts at the 35 now. It's time to take advantage of a good field position here. Shackelford up under center. Calber moves to the middle of the field. They give it to Woomer, and he's got a good head of steam. He got loose. He's inside the 20, 15. He's near the 13-yard line before he finally goes down. First down, Effingham inside Charleston's 15-yard line.
Yeah, the initial contact was, not too far past the line of scrimmage, but he's able to shake loose and turn it into a big game. Chase is going to be up over 100 yards rushing on his 17th carry.
Give him 21 yards to the 14-yard line. 1st and 10 Hearts. Chase Woomer busts a big one. Hand off to the deep back. That's Woomer again. Ran into one defender. Now he goes down. Might have lost a yard back to the 15-yard line before they clean it up.
Yeah, didn't have anywhere to go with his initial path, and by the time he was able to change directions, Charleston defense swallows him up for a loss of a yard. 2nd and
11 at the 15. Boy, the line has done a great job for Chase for the most part, finding, creating holes. That time Charleston held. So let's see what the Hearts do. They've got a man split wide each side of the field. Now they bring Calber across the field, so both he and Duncan are over there on the left side. Instead, up the middle to Woomer. Big hole. He's inside the 5. Nice gain for Chase Woomer. I think it's going to be really close to 1st and goal.
Yeah, I think the marker's right at the 5, and they've got him set up at the 4, so that's going to move the chains and set up Effingham pretty nicely here.
So a gain of 11 from the 15 to the 4. And it's 1st and goal for the Hearts at Charleston's 4-yard line.
Yeah, if you're Effingham, you just got to capitalize here.
Shack up under center. Hearts in the eye. looking to fake the throw, and the ball's loose, and Charleston recovers it. Shackelford had the ball and didn't have it secured. It came loose, and Charleston falls on it, and the Trojans get the football back with the Hearts blowing a golden opportunity. Charleston's going to get the ball 1st and 10. They're not going to like the spot. It'll be their 6-yard line where they start this drive. So a loss of 2 for Shackelford, and then the fumble. And Charleston gets the recovery, and they'll start this drive with 7:46 to go in the 3rd quarter. And that is just awful. Awful. Knocking on the door.
I mean, that's 5 turnovers for Effingham.
Sloppy football. Cheney has a hole. He looked to throw and instead decided to run. Gets it out across the 10 to the 11-yard line. That's a gain of 5 for him, and it's 2nd and 5. Still 7-7, but that's mainly because the Hearts offense just has not clicked all night.
We haven't seen anything anywhere close to this year. This kind of lack of ball security.
So it's 2nd and 5 at the 11. Cheney stays in the shotgun. They've got people split. 3 people split wide right to the near side here. Charleston calls time. 7:07 to go, 3rd quarter. It's still Effingham 7, Charleston 7 on 97.9 XFM.
Visit us 24/7 at danheck.com and check out the specials we have going on right now. No one will sell you a new Chevrolet or Toyota for less. Let us prove it to you. See you today at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham.
Effingham Express Care is there for all your urgent care needs. They're open 7 days a week and no appointment is needed for all injuries and illnesses. Plus, they have on-site x-ray. And they accept all major insurance and offer a self-pay discount. For more information, visit centralillinoisurgentcare.com.
All right, here it is, 2nd down and about 5 for the Trojans. Looking to throw this deep. It's across the middle and it's almost picked. It ends up being incomplete. Wow, Logan Art just about had one to take to the house, but it was a little behind him. It falls incomplete, stops the clock with 7:03 left in the 3rd quarter, brings up a 3rd and 7.
I mean, we've been asking the Effingham defense to answer the bell all night long, and they keep doing it. But, at a certain point, you've had to ask so much of them, but here it is again, a situation where you need to get a stop right here.
So 3rd and about 6 or 7. Cheney wanting to throw, puts it deep, got a man, so do the Hearts, and that one is picked. Interception Effingham. Parker Wolf with the pick from that corner spot, and the Hearts get the football back. 1st and 10 at Charleston's 34-yard line.
Yeah, it looked pretty similar to the one that he caught and apparently fell out of bounds with last time. So Parker stayed with that one and stayed in bounds, and it's another turnover in this game where they have been about as commonplace as actual completed passes.
So 1st and 10 for Effingham at Charleston's 34, but we're still tied 7-7 because the offense hasn't just been able to execute at all. That one big touchdown pass. Let's see what happens here on 1st and 10. Hand off to Woomer, the deep back. He's got a good hole. He's inside the 30 before they take him down. Good gain on 1st down. I thought it was Woomer. Or was it number 7? Remember, we had this a couple of weeks ago. Keegan Baker's in the backfield. That's Keegan Baker carrying for Effingham.
Okay.
So he got the gain there, Dustin. Sorry. Gain just inside the 30. Fake the handoff, looking to throw, steps up around the defense, going to run it. Shack's got a good hole inside the 20, inside the 10, runs out of bounds just shy of the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal to go for Effingham. But there is a flag thrown at the 24-yard line. Let's see what this is about.
Well,
I'd guess a hold.
Yeah, a block in the back or a hold, most likely. No, it's a personal foul against Charleston.
Wow. So that will give the Hearts the gain and half the distance. Ball's going to end up about the 2-yard line here.
Yeah, you'll take it.
Or 3, because I think he ran out right about the 6.
It looks like the 5 was the original.
So 1st and goal to go and they sit the football down halfway to about the 2.5-yard line.
So it was the 5.
So Shaq got the gain to the 5 and then half the distance, so it's first and goal at about the 2.5-yard line. Let's execute here, gentlemen. Shaq looking for the handoff. He gets it, and they Woomer up the middle, in for the touchdown. Touchdown Effingham.
That's Baker.
Keegan Baker. So he's running rather than Woomer. Maybe giving Chase a break, so Keegan Baker scores.
Let's round up and call it 3 yards.
Fair enough. So it's 13-7 Effingham. The score comes with 6:16 to go in the third quarter. It's been like pulling teeth, but the Hearts finally have the lead in this football game. They'll kick for the extra point here. From Wolf's hold, placement, kick. That's Hefner, and he got it. So Bo Hefner puts the extra point in, and it's 14-7 Hearts. They score on the turnover as a result of the turnover. 6:16 to go in the third, back in 30 with the kickoff on 97.9 XFM.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce their new outpatient therapy. Evergreen now offers physical, occupational, and speech therapies for their patients. If you need therapy, don't worry. Evergreen's outpatient therapy can help you too. Give Evergreen a call today for a tour.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
Well, there is the touchdown that gives Effingham the lead. They had to get the ball back on an interception. 34 yards later, 3 plays. Effingham scores on a 3-yard run by Keegan Baker. Bo Hefner's kick was good. 40-second drive, and the Hearts have a 14-7 lead. First time the Hearts have led in the game. And here's the kickoff from the 40. Angel hits it deep, and it's inside the 5 again. Hearts are kicking with the wind, and a great return out near the 35-yard line. That ball was taken inside the 5 and returning it to the 34. Nice return there. I believe Schutte was the return man. No?
It was Corey Spohr.
Very good. To the 34-yard line. That's where Charleston will set up shop here with 6:10 to go in the third quarter. So again, 3 plays, 34 yards, a 40-second drive. Baker scores the kicks good, and the Hearts are finally in front, 14-7 in this game. Now we'll see how Charleston reacts, playing from behind. Here's the handoff, picking his way into great territory and finally getting enough yardage for the first down. Heck of a run by Braden Doyle. He ends up out across the 45-yard line.
That was a really good run. He didn't have the most space in the world, but he just kept the feet moving, kept picking his way through, and got those chains moving.
Gain of 12 from the 34 to the 46. And the new set of downs for Charleston, so that's how they responded to the touchdown.
Yeah, easily the biggest run of the night for Braden. He'd been running into some tough luck, but he goes from 8 to 20 yards on his 9th carry of the night.
Hearts finally in front, 14-7 here at Charleston. There's the snap, here's the handoff, up the middle and near midfield. Probably took it, the ball may be loose, and the Hearts may have it. Hearts football.
Yeah, they're pointing that way. Who comes out of there with it?
Could have Stoneburner's there, but I think it was Bachman. I think Alex Bachman ended up with that football.
Yep.
Number 50. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Effingham, again in Charleston territory at the Trojan 49.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I honestly thought that play might be dead, but we'll take anything we can get.
46 to the 49, so there was a gain of 3, and then the fumble, and the Hearts have the football, leading 14-7. Again in Charleston territory. Here's a handoff. Woomer's back for this drive, and he's inside the 45. A good gain for Chase on first down. So he got a series off while Keegan Baker ran. Chase probably mad because Keegan got scored touchdown out of the deal, but hey, it's how it works. To the 43. From the 49 to the 43, gain of 6. Good gain on first down, and it's 2nd and 4. So the Hearts are finally starting to roll a little here, leading 14-7 with 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Shackelford ready for the snap. Handoff, Woomer, again, look at him follow that leading, and he gets the first down. He's inside the 40, near the 37, 36-yard line. Who was pulling for him out front there? Give a shout-out to Marcus Heights. He just followed the license plate of that truck in front of him, and a good run by Woomer. Good to the 37-yard line, so a gain of 6, and a new set of downs for the Hearts. Shack up under center. Handoff again to Woomer, and boy, he got steamrolled this time. Might have got a yard, but he got hit pretty good. So the tackle by Ty Courtney for Charleston. The ball is at the 36, so they gave him a yard, so it's 2nd and 9. Hearts lead at 14-7, 4:20 to go in the third quarter. Hardly an artistic success, but a win's a win, especially on the road, and that's what the Hearts seem poised to do now. Shackelford with the snap, throws out here in the flats. It's caught by Lewis, and Holden dives inside the 30 before he's done, close to a first down. So Holden Lewis with the reception to the 29, a gain of 7, Dustin. And it's 3rd and a long one. 3rd and a long one here for Effingham.
Lewis, the first Effingham player besides Tristan Duncan to catch a pass tonight. He's been targeted once or twice, but hauls that one in. He
was just out here in the flats, made the catch and dove forward. Shack really getting up under center here now. Deep back. That's Woomer. He might have the first down. It's that close.
Yeah, you're right. Shackelford's like kind of almost in a crouch when he's taking that snap, and I wonder if that's to try and prevent, the bad exchanges from taking place.
The gains to the 27, and they eyeball it, and that is enough for a first down. So a gain of 2, and the Hearts have a new set of downs here with 3:22 remaining in the third quarter. Because there were those bad snaps. And I asked Coach yesterday again about starters, and I haven't checked to see whether there's any change on the line. Let me double check here. But you never know. Somebody's banged up or something. A lot of things can affect that handoff situation. There's the snap. Handoff, Woomer going wide to the left. Now he turns it back up. Still on his feet. He gets near the 15-yard line before they take him down. Heck of a run by Chase Woomer.
Yeah, cut back to the middle of the field and found some space to get close to another first down. If not, it looks like not quite.
Call it the 17. It is 2nd and 1, so he gets 9. 2nd and 1. We're down to 2:36 to go in the third quarter. Hearts again trying to score off a turnover. That's how they took the lead the last series. Lewis split wide to the far side. Duncan down here to the near side. They bring Gillum over here. The catch is to Duncan. He's got Gillum to block for him. And Tristan is near the goal line. Is he in? The Hearts are excited. I'd like to be.
There's no signal from the referees yet. They're talking it over because the ball came out as he was going across the line, and they're going to.
And it's first down Effingham, but not a touchdown. So first down and goal at the 1.
So they're going to say down by contact before he got into the end zone.
His knee must have touched before the football crossed the plane. So a gain, Dustin, from the 14 to the 1. And nice run after the catch by Duncan, and a nice job also by Jet Gillum getting out there and blocking for him. And he just about got it to the house. Let's see what happens here on first and goal at the 1. Snap to Shack. Deep back. Woomer in. Touchdown Effingham. Chase Woomer scores from 1 yard out. And the Hearts extend their lead here at Charleston to 20-7. The score comes with 1:52 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, Chase's 25th carry of the game. He gets himself into the end zone for the first time, and for the first time tonight, the scores are separated by more than one touchdown.
So Woomer, now the Hearts will kick for 1. There's the placement. The kick's up. This is Angel this time, and the kick's good. So the Hearts make it 21-7. 1:52 to go in the third. Kickoff on the way in a minute here on 97.9 XFM.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever. Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Enjoy the conveniences of banking with all the services offered at Washington Savings Bank. Member FDIC.
Kickoff taken inside the 5. Yvonne Angel's been putting a lot of foot on it tonight. It's returned by Charleston to their 25-yard line. They'll set it down right on the 25. Hart's scoring drive, 8 plays, 49 yards, took 3:41, highlighted by Chase Woomer's 1-yard touchdown run. Angel's kick was good, and the Harts now lead at 21-7 here with 1:45 to go in the third quarter as Charleston starts this drive. And the Harts have really shut down the Charleston crew offensively. Harts defense has played very well. Here's a handoff, trying to make something out of nothing, and a good run, actually, turns out, across the 30 by Braden Doyle. He ended up getting a lot of yardage out of that.
There's a flag out.
Right in the middle of that play. Now that everybody clears the field, you can see the flag. It's thrown at about the 28. And it's on the Harts.
Second 5-yard face mask that the Harts have been whistled for tonight. So tack that on to the end of the play, and that's going to move the chains.
There's an inadvertent face mask for 5 yards and what they call an intentional face mask, and that's 15. So the gains to the 37. So the gain on the play was to the 32, and then the 5-yard gain to the 37. And a new set of downs here for Charleston. Low snap, handed off to Doyle, and the Harts had him dead to rights. Now they bring him back.
Boy, Doyle's such a big kid. It took like 3 white jerseys to finally pull him down to the turf, but it was behind the line of, well, I thought it was behind the line of scrimmage, but I think he pretty much got, they're just going to spot it right back where they started.
Prather on the stop. Again, Mason Hasty. And then Parker Wolf sneaked in from that corner spot to help. And it ends up at the 37-yard line. So really, yeah, you're right, no gain. Second down now. Second and, yeah, maybe 9. Maybe they did give him a yard. 43 seconds left in the third quarter. Hart's up by 2 scores now, so some sense of urgency for Charleston. Looking to throw. They dump it out here, and it's incomplete. That was an interesting throw. He kind of floated it out there to Schutte, who had to dive for it. And then the Harts, Jacob Logan, dove for it, and nobody got it. And so it's third down and 9.
Logan had it covered pretty decently, and possibly might have had something to do with the way it was thrown, trying to put it on the spot there. But another third down situation, deep in it, well, not deep in its own territory, but in its own territory for Charleston.
34 seconds left, third quarter. Harts lead it now 21-7. They've scored off the last 2 turnovers. Here's the handoff to Cheney. There's a flag thrown. They're going to let the play finish. He's still looking to throw. The Harts are still after him. He's still looking to throw. Now he runs, and he has the first down, and he ends up in Effingham territory, and he runs out of bounds. So Nick Cheney, but let's see what the play's about, and the penalty's on Charleston.
Yeah, it's going to come back. In that situation, given the timing of it, it's almost always a faulty block of some kind. So a lot of excitement for a second, and it's all going to be for naught.
Oh, it's Hasty.
No, it was...
Or excuse me, Braden Doyle, pardon me.
So, motion penalty.
Flag's thrown at the 29. Line of scrimmage was farther down the field than that. So they walk it off the 5 yards, brings it back to the 32-yard line. Plus, that took a lot of time off the clock. Now there's 20 seconds left in the third quarter. And it's third down and about 15 yards now for the Trojans. So a tall order for them. Third and a bundle. Third down markers at the 31. They have to get to the 47 for a first down. So about 3rd and 16. And the Trojans decide to call time. They don't want to make a mistake here in a big play. Timeout Trojans, 20 seconds left third quarter. It's Effingham 21, Charleston 7 on 97.9 XFM.
Visit us 24/7 at danheck.com and check out the specials we have going on right now. No one will sell you a new Chevrolet or Toyota for less. Let us prove it to you. See you today at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route.
Effingham Express Care is there for all your urgent care needs. They're open 7 days a week and no appointment is needed for all injuries and illnesses. Plus, they have on-site x-ray. And they accept all major insurance and offer a self-pay discount. For more information, visit centralillinoisurgentcare.com.
Quick timeout. Charleston called it, but the Hearts have already broken their huddle. They know what they want to do.
Yeah, after that penalty, Charleston seemed like they're having a little trouble getting together on what play they wanted to call, so maybe some miscommunication between the huddle and the sidelines. So the Trojans go ahead and use their second timeout of the half to get it together. And, yeah, the Hearts defense just out there waiting for them. And Charleston's going to have to dial up a 15-yard gain here on third down.
So third and about 16, 15 yards. Let's see what the Trojans try here. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Cheney's been a busy kid at quarterback. He hands it off. They run it up the middle, and a good gain by Doyle to about the 36-yard line. So Corey Spohr got the handoff, and Effingham calls time now on fourth down. They got it back pretty much to the original line of scrimmage, so it's 4th and 10 for Charleston at their 37.
Well, and Effingham calls that timeout because there's 10 seconds left, and they want to make Charleston punt into the wind before the quarter changes.
And those punts haven't gone very far, punting against the wind tonight.
Yeah, no, it's I for just a second I was scratching my head about what Coach Hefner was doing, but it's a smart decision once you think about it for a second, the way things have gone.
Can't imagine Charleston will do anything other than punt. It's 4th and 10. They're at their own 37-yard line. But let's see what they call here.
They do have Connor Woodley, their punter, deep anyway.
Jerry Payne, the Charleston first-year coach, but he is a long-time coach. Let's see what happens here. The punt will come at about the 25, and they do punt it. And it's a good kick this time. Gets inside. Well, no, it actually shanked out of bounds by the time it ends up.
It wasn't quite as good as I thought, but still they give it a pretty good spot inside the Effingham.
He's playing the angle, the side official, and it ends up being Effingham's ball at their own 42-yard line. So it wasn't quite as good as I thought it was going to be.
Nope.
So 1st and 10 for the Hearts. They'll start this drive with 3 seconds left in the third quarter at their own 42-yard line. Hearts in front now, 21-7, as they have capitalized on 2 Charleston turnovers here in this period to take a 2-touchdown lead. Nathan Shackelford up under center. See what the Hearts do here on 1st and 10. They hand off, and immediately Keegan Baker's taken down. Charleston shot the gap. Baker taken down back at the 40. It's a wonder he had time to tuck the ball in. So it's a loss from the 42 to the 40, and that's how the third quarter ends. Keegan back up and off the field, but he got hit a lick. So we'll see what happens with the fourth quarter. Back in 30, it's Effingham 21, Charleston 7 on 97.9 XFM.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce their new outpatient therapy. Evergreen now offers physical, occupational, and speech therapies for their patients. If you need therapy, don't worry. Evergreen's outpatient therapy can help you too. Give Evergreen a call today for a tour.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
All right, we're ready for the fourth quarter of football here at Charleston. It's Effingham 21, Charleston 7. And it has been tough sledding as the Hearts have had a tough time getting a sustained offense going. But they're up 2 now heading into the fourth quarter. Starting this fourth quarter, 2nd and 12 at their own 40-yard line. Hearts trying to get to 5-0 to start this 2019 season. Shack, fake handoff, throw, caught, Gillum to midfield. Good gain on 1st and 10 for Effingham.
I think Gillum's first reception, maybe his second target of the night. He catches that one. Kind of a play that we see them go to him quite a bit. Gets right to midfield there.
Little safety valve. He can always get you 7 or 8 yards, sometimes more. Right to midfield. That'll make it 3rd and a long 2. So that's how the fourth quarter starts.
A 10-yard pickup, but remember you got thrown for a loss before the halftime or before the third quarter whistle.
You go this double shift to the left side of the line. Handoff, Woomer, that's Keegan Baker, inside the 40 by the time they take him down. Good run by Keegan Baker. So giving Woomer a break. And Woomer, we've talked about, is not the biggest kid in the gym.
No.
Keegan Baker is 5'6" and 160. But they're doing a heck of a job. Inside the 40. A gain of 11. That ought to be a first down.
Yeah, Baker only a sophomore, so he's probably still got a little growing to do. But he's out there getting the job done. 4 carries, 16 yards, and a touchdown tonight.
Shack stays under center. Looking for the handoff. Coming to the near side. That's Baker. Puts his head down. Gets it to the 35-yard line. Good run by Keegan Baker.
Yeah, finishes it well. You know, puts the shoulder down and makes sure that he's falling forward and not getting thrown backwards. And, there wasn't a bunch of yardage to gain there, but he got every bit out of the play that he could.
This is exactly what the Hearts want to do now that they have the lead. We're into the fourth quarter. Run the ball, chew some clock.
And Charleston's used 2 timeouts already. So, we get late in the game. They're not going to be able to stop the clock a bunch of times. It's getting ahead of ourselves a little bit, but, thinking about it.
Shackelford gets the snap, fakes the handoff, throw going deep. There's Duncan. Catch! No, it's not. It was in the lap of the receiver. It isn't Duncan. That's Holden Lewis. And it came up empty. Man, I thought he had it. About the time he hit the turf, there came the football.
They have found Holden in a good position a couple of different times, and he just hasn't quite been able to haul it in on either one of those occasions. He's
and a hold on the Hearts to boot. So a lot wrong on that play. That brings it back to midfield. So a hold at the line of scrimmage, and the ball comes back to the 50. And the Hearts all of a sudden have a 2nd and 20. Nothing went right there. So almost a touchdown. Instead, the ball's in midfield. Not a good development.
Can scratch off an incompletion there for Shackelford, as that throw never technically happened, but he did lose 4 yards on the play.
Shack goes to the gun one of the few times tonight. He keeps fake the handoff to Baker. He's got a big hole still on his feet inside the 40 near the 35-yard line. Good run by Shack.
Yeah, got tripped up there, had open space in front of him, but still turned it into a pretty good gain.
Call it the 37, 38. Your call.
I'll say 37.
All right, that's a gain of 13. Not enough for a first down. It's 3rd and about 7.
It is far enough into Charleston territory that, assuming you don't get thrown for a big loss on this play, that you're probably going to go for it if you don't get these last 7 yards you need on 3rd down.
Shack stays in the gun. He's got Baker lined up beside him in this set. There's the snap, high snap, but he gets it. Has time to throw, going deep, and he overthrew his intended receiver. I saw that was not going to happen. And the incompletion stops the clock with 9:48 left in the game.
He's trying to hit Jacob Briggerman down the sideline there. Like you said, overthrew him.
Ball ended up out of bounds. That stops the clock again with 9:48 left, and it's 4th down for the Hearts. Obviously, this deep into Charleston territory, they're going for it. 4th and about 7. Let's see what happens. Ball inside Charleston's 40-yard line. There's the snap. Rolling to the near side. Got a man. There's the pass. It is caught by Duncan. He's inside the 20 before they run him out of bounds. First down, Effingham.
That's a good throw on the run from Shackelford there, rolling out to his left, and was able to hit Duncan going toward the sideline there, just across the 20-yard line.
From the 37 to the 19, a gain of 18. That's plenty enough for a first down. Hart's nice job there. They had something in 20, and they convert. So first down, Hearts at Charleston's 19, and those passes are starting to connect more now. Shack stays in the gun. Gillum shifts to the right side of the line, rolling to that line. Pass is complete to Gillum, and he lost his footing. He was going to try and cut back against the tacklers, and his feet went out from under him. And he is given a gain inside the 20 to the 16-yard line, so a gain of 4. And it's 2nd and 6.
That's just the Jet Gillum play, you know, that they've done that a couple times just on this possession. Not a lot of big gains, but it keeps the ball moving toward the right side of the field.
Gillum comes out of the game now, so let's see who's in at that fullback spot. You would suppose Stoneburner. Now there isn't a fullback in the set. They've got the running back lined up beside Shaq. Shaq fake the handoff. He keeps. He's inside the 10, inside the 5. There's a flag. He's into the end zone, but this one may be coming back. Nobody's too excited for Effingham. Flag's thrown at the 14-yard line. I'm guessing a hold. I hate it when I'm right. Flag was thrown at the 14, so a 10-yard walk-off will bring it back to the 24. So the Hearts end up losing about 8 yards overall. Ball's at the 24. So it'll be 2nd down and 15. Second about 15. We're down to 8:52 to go. That's the best news.
You are not going to find this game on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. I'm just telling you that much right now.
Years from now, when these kids are telling their grandkids about a game, it won't be this one. Shaq from the gun, pass, caught, Calber, big gain, inside the 10, inside the 5, touchdown Effingham.
Well, Cameron Calber might be talking about that one. That was a pretty good little catch and run after.
Nice job by Cam. Good throw by Shaq. 23-yard touchdown pass. And the Hearts extend their lead to 27-7. The score comes with 8:45 remaining. Carts will kick for one. Hefner to kick here from Parker Wolf's hold. And the snap, placement, kick, looks good. To me, officials agree, and the Hearts have extended the lead here in the second half to 28-7. 3 second half scores, and the Hearts lead at 28-7 with 8:45 remaining. Kickoff on the way in a moment on 97.9 XFM.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever. Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Enjoy the conveniences of banking with all the services offered at Washington Savings Bank. Member FDIC.
Kickoff down the middle, hits at the 20, fielded by Charleston at about the 15. Good return setting up. He gets to the far side. Now down he goes. Didn't get to the 30. Nice recovery by the Hearts special teams as they took him down before he got back. Now they're going to give it to him right on the 30-yard line. Spohr, I think.
Yes.
Corey Spohr, the return man. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans at their 30, but they trail the Hearts now 28-7 with 8:39 remaining. As Effingham looks to go to 5-0 if they can seal the deal here. Headed home for homecoming next week, playing host to Mattoon. 7 o'clock kickoff at Klosterman Field next Friday on 97.9 XFM. So the very busy Nick Cheney back to quarterback, looking to throw. Down the middle, it is incomplete. The Charleston receiver had the defender beat, but he couldn't quite come up with a pass. And it's incomplete, and it's 2nd and 10.
Pretty good throw, all things considered. It was in his hands, and let me tell you something. Austin Herbert got in the backfield again and put a pretty good lick on Nick Cheney just as he was getting rid of that football. So, you know, like I said, all things considered, a nice toss. Just they couldn't quite get together on it.
Cheney limping a little after that play.
Yeah.
Clock stops with 8:34 remaining. 28-7 Effingham now. Hearts have scored 28 unanswered since Charleston scored off an interception back in the first minute of the game. And a flag for delay of game.
5-yard penalty, second down.
We told you about the 40-second clock and the 25-second clock, and it got Charleston that time a 5-yard walk-off back to the 25. That will make it 2nd and 15 with 8:33 remaining. Brian will have all kinds of scores for us on the post-game show. Of course, Dustin is the king of statistics. He'll have all of that for us. And we'll talk with Hearts coach Brett Hefner on a busy post-game show. Meanwhile, Charleston, 2nd and 15. There's the snap. There's the handoff. Tries to dart his way through the middle, and down he goes. Wow, not much room for Spohr that time.
Yeah, he was looking. Spohr was trying to find that opening, but just ran out of time to maneuver behind the line of scrimmage and might have gotten back. I think that's about the best he could have done.
Sean Cochran in on that stop. Number 30 has been a busy kid. 30, a favorite number of mine in football. Cochran did a heck of a job there. So it's 3rd down and about 15. Looking to throw. Here come the Hearts. There's the pass. Could get picked. It's intercepted. Nice angle that time by Parker Wolf. Stepped right in front of the receiver and has the pick. And the Hearts get the ball back. 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
Yeah, Parker's 2nd interception of the game. The 3rd thrown by Nick Cheney. And Effingham has had a bundle of takeaways, which is made up for the fact that they've had a few given away as well. But right now, you're not too worried about it. You got a 3-score lead and the football.
7:51 left in the contest. Hearts in front 28-7, and they have it 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line. Calber in motion. They give it to the deep back. Big run up the middle to near the 45-yard line. Keegan Baker with a great 1st down run. They'll spot it at the 46, just shy of a 1st down. So the gain to Charleston's 45.5-yard line. A couple of more 1st downs, and things are going to be pretty happy for Effingham. Shack on 2nd and just a little bit. Handoff. Baker, 1st down, inside the 40 to about the 38, and a new set of downs for Effingham.
Baker getting punished at the end of that run, but it was a good one. And obviously playing for the 1st down.
Bent like a pretzel, wasn't he? Call it the 38, 44 to the 38, 46 to the 38, a gain of 8. And a 1st down for Effingham.
Yeah, 36 yards for Keegan on his 7th carry.
We talk a lot about the passing yardage, but the Hearts have consistently ranked between 150 and 200 yards rushing per game. Baker again, and he gets wrestled to the ground there. And that's Braden Doyle, who's already been busy on offense for Charleston. And he makes the stop there, but a gain to the 36, so a gain of about 3, 2nd and 7 for the Hearts. And we're down to 6:37 to play in this one. I see Mr. Holden Lewis sneaking out there wide to the right. And Tristan Duncan down here to the near side. Now they bring Lewis in. So he can block. They hand off to Baker, and down goes Keegan for a loss. Holy cow.
Yeah, that was Braden Doyle again, finding him in the backfield and putting him down with authority. That's going to be, in fact, there's a flag on the play. I wonder if it had to do with the tackle.
I don't know.
I mean, it didn't look like anything to me.
Personal foul, defense, 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
That's what it was.
Must have been, unless it was away from the football, I guess.
Looked like the flag was thrown, though, right about the place where it happened.
Yeah.
So 15 yards and a 1st sit down for Effingham. That will march the football down close to the 25-yard line. And the Hearts already with a 3-touchdown lead here. Call it the 24, Dustin. Line of scrimmage at the 24, so from about the 40 to the 24. And a 1st and 10 for Effingham. Shack up under center. Hand off. Baker, boy, nothing. Charleston stood him up that time. Call it the 25. He lost a yard. And it's 2nd and 11. But at this point, if you're Effingham and you have a 3-touchdown lead and it's under 6 minutes to go, you're just running the ball to kill clock. Loss back to the 25 at 2nd and 11, and we're down to 5:40 to go. Shack gets the signal from the sideline. They've got Stoneburner in at the fullback spot here in front of Baker. Looking to throw. Here comes Charleston. Down goes Shack. They were going to throw. And down he goes back to the 35-yard line. Good angle by Charleston. They blitzed and untouched. The Trojans came in to make that stop, and that was Braden Doyle again.
Yeah, Nate Schrader, number 33, got back in there as well, and that's a loss of 10 yards on the play.
Clear from the 25 back to the 35-yard line, so it's 3rd down and 20-some yards for a first down. Ball has to get inside the 15 for a first down. But we're down to 4:50 to play, and the Hearts are up 3 scores. Shack from the shotgun. See if he throws again. They have 3 guys split out wide. 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Here they come again. Shack gets away. They're still after him. He's still loose. He's inside the 20. And go down, young man. He takes him down about the 18-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you, he's 1 block away from possibly getting the first down there. But he kind of ran out of real estate there, didn't have the angle, but still a pretty good run considering that the pocket just collapsed on him almost immediately.
Without a doubt. Ball's inside the 20. Heck of a run. So it is posted at the 17, let's call it. 35 to the 17, Dustin, an 18-yard gain. So it's 4th down, still about 3 yards for a first down. Obviously, they're going to go for it inside the 20. Shack waiting on the snap. There's a whistle and a flag from the side official. Somebody might have lined up in the neutral zone. It's on the Hearts. Somebody line up in the neutral. Yeah.
They just called encroachment on the offense, which
lining up in the neutral zone.
I guess
one of them, they're moot points. It's a 5-yard walk-off. So now it's 4th down and about 8.
You usually hear that call on the defense.
Yes, you do.
That's a costly one for Effingham because you had 3 yards to pick up on 4th down. Now you got 8.
3:33 remaining. Hearts are back outside the 20 now. From the shotgun, Shack rolls to the far side, looking to throw. Throws. He's got a man. The Calber in the end zone. Touchdown. Cam Calber sneaked to the back of the end zone, made the catch. Touchdown Effingham, extends the lead to 34-7. The score comes with 3:21 left in the game.
Yeah, 22-yard score there, and I don't think that's exactly how that play was drawn up. but Shackelford kept it moving, got himself a lane to throw, and throws his second touchdown pass in as many attempts to Cam Calber.
Let's check on the kick. Angel to kick. The kick is up. Looks good. Is good. Hearts lead at 35-7. Where was this in the first half? 35-7 Effingham. 3:21 remaining. Kickoff on the way in a moment on 97.9 XFM.
Visit us 24/7 at danheck.com and check out the specials we have going on right now. No one will sell you a new Chevrolet or Toyota for less. Let us prove it to you. See you today at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham.
Effingham Express Care is there for all your urgent care needs. They're open 7 days a week and no appointment is needed for all injuries and illnesses. Plus, they have on-site x-ray. And they accept all major insurance and offer a self-pay discount. For more information, visit centralillinoisurgentcare.com.
Ball is kicked inside the 20. Charleston picks it up, and then down he goes as the return man didn't want to go down, and Mason Hasty put him down. So, looks sort of like bull riding. And down he went. The return man, trying to check and see who's coming off the field. I believe it's number 4. And that is Jack Nelson. He's a sophomore. And he got taken down. At the 22, 1st and 10 for Charleston at their 22. Drive starts with 3:14 left in the game. Hart staged an 8-play, 55-yard drive. Took 4.5 minutes off the clock. That's exactly what you need once you get a lead. 22-yard pass play for a touchdown to Cam Calber from Shackelford. Kick was good, and it's 35-7 Hearts. Hearts have scored 35 points in a row here. There's the fake handoff. They're going to throw, and the quarterback got pasted about the time he let that go. It's incomplete. And Mason Hasty has been a man on a mission tonight on defense for Effingham.
And he's got an interception. Got the in the backfield and got the hit there.
Stops the clock with 3:08 remaining, and it's 2nd and 10.
You know, they got the pass off, but again, Effingham has done a pretty good job of not giving Nick Cheney a lot of time to sit back there and make throws. And so he's 5 out of 21 for just 28 yards tonight.
Dustin's stats are going to be much more interesting than I thought they might be earlier in the game. Handoff, and they had him stopped, and now he gets away, and it's a first down for Charleston. And the carry out near the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Doyle with a good run there, and he didn't look like he was going to be able to do much of anything with that and turned it into a big gain.
First down for the Trojans, out across the 35 to the 37-yard line, we'll call it. 22 to the 37, a gain of 15. So a nice run there.
It's just the second time that Charleston's been able to move the chains by some means other than a penalty, as they've got 3 first downs total in the second half.
35-7 Effingham. It was 7-7 at halftime, folks. Snap, Cheney, here come the Hearts. Cheney's pass across the middle, knocked away nicely. Boy, Luke Spencer's done a great job of playing defense in that secondary tonight for the Hearts. Swatted that one away just about the time it was going to arrive at the receiver, Luke Bell.
Yeah, just doing a good job of getting up there and trying to reach, around and not make contact before the ball gets there. It's well defended, and the Effingham defense has stepped up tonight, and they needed to, and they've gotten the job done.
Saved the game in the first half till the offense got its legs. So 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10? 2nd and 10. On the run, Cheney looking to do something, and he has to run out of bounds with it finally. And lost yardage on the play to boot.
Yeah, quite a bit, actually, as he just kept going to the sideline, hoping, I guess, that maybe a lane to run was going to open up or he'd see something downfield to throw, but as it turns out, it just goes out of bounds after a 6-yard loss.
Yeah, back from the 37 to the 31. And he ran out of bounds. Stopped the clock with 2:46 remaining. Effingham in front, 35-7. Hearts are going to go to 5-0, headed home for homecoming next Friday night, hosting Mattoon. So the other side of Coles County will be in town next Friday night. Cheney from the shotgun. He's been all night looking to throw. Here come the Hearts again. He eludes the defender. Now another one's after him. There's the pass, and it is knocked away again. Again, great defense. That time, credit goes to Jacob Logan, who defended that well and knocked that pass away.
Yeah, Logan got down there, got inside position, went up for it. If he wasn't going to be able to haul it in, nobody was going to be able to, and that's the Effingham secondary has done an excellent job tonight.
So it's 4th down and about 15, 16 yards for Charleston. I know they want to keep the ball here with 2:38 to go, but they got to punt it away because they don't want Effingham to get the ball if they don't convert. Not in this territory. So here's the punt. Pretty good one this time. Wow, fair catch signaled, and it gets away from Wolf. I think he touched it, and Charleston, now Effingham, now Charleston, and I think the Trojans are going to get it at about Effingham's 5-yard line.
Yep, he called for the fair catch, and honestly, in that situation, when you're backpedaling for it and you're not camped underneath it, just let it go.
And the wind's blowing the wrong way. I think the wind actually might have carried it past where he expected the ball to be. 1st and goal for Charleston at Effingham's 5, so this game that we thought might have been over isn't over yet. 2:26 remaining. Charleston with the ball 1st and goal at Effingham's 5. Good grief. Yet one more turnover.
Goodness.
First and goal at the 5.
That's Effingham's 6th turnover of the game.
So Cheney lines it up with a back beside him. There's the handoff, and he drives and he dives and he's got it. Touchdown as Corey Spohr takes it to the house for Charleston. That makes it 35-13. So a little bit of noise able to be made by the Trojans fans here at the end of this one. So 35-13, Corey Spohr takes it in from 5.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Effingham, you're hoping that it's too little, too late. But by the same token, it's just not the note that you want to try to end this thing on.
Here's the kick. It's up way high. Looks good. Is good. So it's 35-14. Charleston's going to kick off one more time tonight. 2:09 remaining. Back in a moment on 97.9 XFM.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce their new outpatient therapy. Evergreen now offers physical, occupational, and speech therapies for their patients. If you need therapy, don't worry. Evergreen's outpatient therapy can help you too. Give Evergreen a call today for a tour.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
All right. One play, 5 yards, 17 seconds. Corey Spohr scores from the 5. Kick's good. Charleston's within 35-14. And they're going to kick away one more time. Charleston's 2-2, vastly improved. They're just not deep, and I'm wondering, Dustin, if that's maybe emptied the tank for them as the game's gone along.
Yeah, something to do with it. We'll see if Charleston tries to go onside with the kick here.
They're counting noses, I know. Got all kinds of kids with new numbers.
They had everybody on one side of the football for a second there, but as the kicker has set it on the tee, they've balanced out the line, and now he can't get it to stay on the tee.
He worked at it really hard and then finally stepped back, and then the wind took it off. The wind has picked up noticeably here. And I think that's part of what the situation there was with Parker Wolf. I think that ball just kept going, and the Hearts are playing against the wind here late in the game. Anyway, Charleston scores as a result. So really quickly, Woodland's going to see if he can get this kick away. And it fell off.
Yeah, Woodley starting to get a little frustrated there.
This has been an interesting game. Connor Woodley, the sophomore kicker, thought he had it. Didn't. Squeezing it, trying to get it just right. He says, please stay on there. Please stay. Oh, they're going to hold it. When all else fails, Luke Bell comes out to hold it. Don't see this really often, but it's a Wednesday night, gang. Turning the laces around.
Now it's taken a couple of people to decide how the ball needs to be held on the tee.
So they switched. Luke Bell was going to hold it. Now instead, Jordan Sakaris is going to hold it. Meanwhile, poor Woodley just wants to kick it. Here he comes. And he kicks it. And it's an end over end. And back there's Woomer, and he has to fall on it. He had it and then had to fall on it. And he falls on it inside the Hearts' 10-yard line. But they're not carrying so much since there's only 2:07 to go.
They have the football. They possess the football. They're inside their 10, like you said, probably at the 8, I think, 7, 8, something like that. But at this point, you'll take it. You just want to get out of here with a W at this point.
One final in the conference. Thanks, Mr. Woldman. Mount Zion 43, Muhammad Seymour 8. So that event. Hearts have it 1st and 10, leading 35-14, and the back's taken down quickly. And I think that's Trevor Donsbach, yeah. So Donsbach carries, and the football is spotted at the 8, so give him 1. And it's 2nd and 9. And we're down to a minute 42 left. Hearts are going to win. It's been a struggle, but the Hearts are going to win. They have the ball at their own 8-yard line. Charleston's running people in and out. Big bruisers coming in on defense here. Check up under center. Handoff deep back coming up the middle. That's Donsbach again, and he gets it out near the 15-yard line.
Pretty good little carry.
Yeah, close to a first down. So good work by Trevor. And Charleston calls time. They're a determined bunch.
That is
to the 16, Dustin, from the 8 to the 16, a gain of 8. So Charleston calls their last time out.
Could be to just get some guys out of the game, perhaps.
I suppose if you're in a situation when you're in a close game, you want to know how to run these situations for a game when it might really make a difference. Here, Effingham's in front 35-14, but you don't know Charleston's going to be in a one-score game sometime, and you want to get some practice running these things to make sure you get them done just right. Charleston will be 2-3 with a loss, but remember, this is a team that did not win either of the last 2 seasons. So to be 2-3 at this point, and playing the Hearts tough.
Yeah, they give Effingham everything they want.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, I don't think the Hearts are going to say that they played a great game, but the other team always has something to do with that, right? Like, you don't just come out and make mistakes on your own.
Exactly so. So the ball's at the 16. We're down to 1:10 to go. Just want to hang on to the football. Shack gives it away. Boy, Donsbach went down in a nanosecond there, but held on to the football. That's the name of the game. So Donsbach, no gain. Still at the 16.
And the way he got spun down to the field, hanging on to the football is a slight accomplishment.
We're under a minute to play. 50 seconds remaining. Hearts in front, 35-14, so we're just deciding the final score. And I thought the Hearts would kick it away. 4th and deep in their own territory.
I think they may have... They're certainly switching. Well, I don't know. They had some personnel on the field, and now they're switching things around. Dawson Witten's back there, so they are going to try to punt, but they got 5 seconds to get a snap off.
And against the wind. There's the snap. They got it away. And there's the kick, and a pretty good kick considering it's into the wind. Hits out across the 45, and the Hearts down it at the 47-yard line. So all things considered, that worked out pretty well for Effingham. And I think it was Herbeth that ended up downing that football. They'll call it the 47 of Effingham.
Yeah, 31-yard punt. I mean, that's, like you said, into the wind. And it had a little bounce back on it. Had a little bit of spin on it. So kicked it even a little further than that. Take it.
And that took enough time that we're down to 13.8 seconds left in the game. So this could be the last play of the game. Cheney with Doyle lined up alongside him. 1st and 10 at the Hearts 47. Hearts comfortably in front. Cheney, throw, incomplete. Threw it right past the intended receiver, Jordan Sokaris. That will stop it with 9.4. And I apologize, I hear it's Sokaris. Jordan Sokaris, the intended receiver. Incomplete pass stops clock with 9.4 seconds, makes it 2nd and 10.
I'm guessing that anyone that is listening for his name is probably listening to Jack and Rob over there anyway, so we probably haven't offended anybody.
Probably not. Jack and Rob, good guys. Charleston broadcasters for many a season. They're a good team. Like Dustin White and that other guy. Here's the handoff. Taken down at midfield and now driven back into Charleston territory, and that's the last play of the game. The handoff was made just for the record to who is hobbling off.
That's
unfortunately got hurt on the land. Is it?
Yeah, that was Doyle, and he, I don't know, lost a couple yards on the play.
Back into Charleston territory, the 48. Let's call it a loss of 5. I think that's fair.
And he came up limping, you're right. But the important thing is that this game is over.
And the Hearts come away with a win. It was a struggle, but Effingham does get the win to go to 5-0 on the campaign. Final score here at Charleston, Effingham 35, Charleston 14. Headed home for homecoming next Friday night. We'll talk with Coach Hefner Dustin has some stats on this one for us. Brian's gathering scores with Gail back at the studios, and I'll recap the scoring. That's all on the way on the postgame show in a minute here on 97.9 XFM.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever. Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Enjoy the conveniences of banking with all the services offered at Washington Savings Bank. Member FDIC.
This is the Lustig Custom Cabinets postgame show. Handcrafted cabinetry built right here at Effingham.
Back at Trojan Hill, final score tonight, Effingham 35, Charleston 14. So the Hearts go to 5-0, but it was a struggle. It was a 7-7 game at halftime. But after a pick that led to a score, gave Charleston a 7-0 lead. The Hearts scored 35 straight points. Charleston got a last-minute touchdown, and Effingham wins at 35-14. So the Hearts are 5-0. Charleston now 2-3 on the season. Here's a look at the scoring in this one. Again, with 11:17 to go in the first quarter, first minute of the game, Sam Schutte intercepted a Nathan Shackelford pass at the 35 and ran it back for a score. The kick was good, and all of a sudden, Charleston right out of the gate had a 7-0 lead. The Hearts took till 4:40 to go in the second quarter to tie it at the end of a 5-play, 69-yard drive, capped by a beautiful 60-yard pass from Shackelford to Tristan Duncan. The kick was good, and the Hearts had it tied 7-7, and that was the score heading into halftime. Effingham then scored the next 28 points. They scored with 6:16 to go in the third quarter. At the end of a 3-play, 34-yard drive that took just 40 seconds, Keegan Baker took it in from 3 yards out. The kick was good, and the Hearts led it 14-7. Effingham scored again with 1:52 to go in the third quarter. The end of an 8-play, 49-yard drive that took 3:41 off the clock. Chase Woomer took it in from 1 yard out. The kick was good, and the Hearts were up 28-7. Effingham scored again with 3:21 to go in the fourth quarter. At the end of an 8-play, 55-yard drive, took 4:30 off the clock, and that was highlighted by Cam Calber's 22-yard pass. The kick was good, and Effingham was up 35-7. So Calber scored on a 24-yard pass play, then scored on a 22-yard pass play. Consecutive touchdown passes from Shackelford to Cam. And the Hearts were up 35-7. Again, Charleston got the ball on Effingham's 5-yard line at the end of the contest. And on one play, Corey Spohr scored. The kick was good, and that made it 35-14, and that was the final score. So 35-14, Effingham a winner. Again, they are 5-0. Charleston now 2-3 on the season. Dustin's working on the stats on this one. Brian's gathering many scores. Coach Hefner will be up for the post-game visit. That's all on the way in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Visit us 24/7 at danheck.com and check out the specials we have going on right now. No one will sell you a new Chevrolet or Toyota for less. Let us prove it to you. See you today at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham.
Effingham Express Care is there for all your urgent care needs. They're open 7 days a week and no appointment is needed for all injuries and illnesses. Plus, they have on-site x-ray. And they accept all major insurance and offer a self-pay discount. For more information, visit centralillinoisurgentcare.com.
We're back at Charleston. Final score, Effingham 35, Charleston 14. Again, a reminder, the Hearts are home next Friday night. Homecoming week at EHS. Hearts are home to the Mattoon Green Wave in Apollo Conference play. Kickoff at 7 o'clock, and we'll have it for you on your home for Hearts football, 97.9 XFM and 97.9XFM.com. Again, the Hearts are 5-0 now and playoff eligible here after 5 weeks. They can clinch the deal if they can get a win next Friday night. That would be a handy thing and a welcome thing, as Dustin said earlier in the broadcast, if you're in the playoffs 6 weeks into the season. And that's what the Hearts now have a chance to do if they can get a win over Mattoon at home next Friday night. Dustin had a lot of stats as usual and a lot of changes of possession. That really messes things up as far as numbers. And as a result, we want to give him an extra minute or two to get things lined out. We have word that there was an auto accident on Route 32 between Windsor and Sullivan this afternoon, and we understand that that was a fatal accident. We also understand that there was a school bus involved from the Sullivan district. We do know that. And it apparently happened on Route 32 at the Bruce Findlay Road, where Teutopolis listeners will remember that just a couple of years ago there was a crash when a lady disobeyed a traffic signal and broadsided the Teutopolis bus. Thankfully no fatalities in that one, but a number of kids and coaches were injured. And it appears it was that same intersection where this fatality occurred. And as more information becomes available, we'll be sure to share that with you in our newscasts. If not tonight, we'll certainly have more for you in the morning. So that's a sad note here on this Friday night. Let's go over to Dustin White. He has the numbers on this one.
All right, Greg, I do indeed. Effingham at the end of the day outgained Charleston 378 to 117 tonight. Limited Charleston to just 44 yards of offense in the second half on 26 plays. So the Hearts defense stepped up for the entirety of this game, sort of covered up some miscues going on the other side of the field for a while, and kept Effingham in the game, and finally the Hearts did respond with 243 yards, 243 of their 378 yards coming in the second half. Effingham, 21 first downs tonight, 14 of them in the running game, 6 via the pass, 1 by penalty. Charleston just 9 first downs tonight, 6 rushing, 1 by the pass, and 2 by penalty. So there's a thing you don't see that happen every game to get a first down by penalty, and it happened for Charleston twice tonight. The Hearts, 52 rushing attempts for 205 yards tonight. That's a 3.9 yard average, and 2 of Effingham's 5 touchdowns coming in the ground game. For the Trojans, just 89 rushing yards on 30 carries, a 2.9 yard average, and the only offensive touchdown of the night for Charleston coming on the ground. The Hearts threw the ball 18 times tonight, so 18 pass attempts, 10 of them successful, 3 of them intercepted, 173 yards and 3 touchdowns. For the Trojans, 24 pass attempts tonight, only 5 of them completed. 3 of them were intercepted by Effingham defenders for a total of 28 passing yards for the game. So again, Effingham 70 plays from offense tonight, 378 yards. Charleston 54 plays. They picked up 117 yards of total offense. Turnovers, there were a lot of them. Fumbles, Effingham lost 3 fumbles tonight. Charleston lost 2 fumbles. And each team picked off 3 passes. So Effingham turned it over 6 times tonight. Charleston turned it over 5. I'm not sure we've seen 11 turnovers all season long up to this point, and that was 1 game's worth for these 2 teams. And as far as the penalties go, Effingham was penalized 8 times for 60 yards, and Charleston was penalized 6 times for 42 yards. All right, let's move on to the individual numbers here. I'm going to start with Charleston, and Corey Sporer was their leading rusher tonight, 42 yards on 11 carries. 40 of those yards came in the first half. He had 8 for 40 in the first half, 11 for 42 in the game. So Effingham did a pretty good job of shutting that down in the second half. Braden Doyle took several more carries in the second half. He ended up at 40 yards on his 14 carries. And then Nick Cheney, the Trojans quarterback, he had 5 runs for a total of 7 yards and a 5-yard touchdown run for the Trojans' lone offensive touchdown of the night. Cheney, though, again, just 5 of 24 passing the ball for 28 yards and 3 interceptions. He hit Braden Reynolds. Let me try that again. Braden Reynolds for 2 receptions, 17 yards. Sam Schutte also caught 2 passes for 7 yards, and Braden Doyle had 1 reception for 4 yards. As far as some of the other numbers, Connor Woodley punted the ball 6 times tonight for 171 yards. That's a 28.5-yard average. A lot of that came on that muff punt there at the end that rolled all the way to the 5-yard line. Helped out the average a little bit there. And then Corey Spohr, 4 kick returns for 96 yards. Jack Nelson also took one back for 12 yards. And then Schutte had 2 interceptions tonight. And on the first of those, which came less than a minute into this game, he returned it 35 yards for a touchdown. Braden Reynolds also had an interception. He returned that one 12 yards. And then there was also a fumble recovery for Nate Schrader. I want to make sure I get him a shout-out as he recovered a fumble for the Trojans tonight. All right, there are your individual numbers for Charleston. Let's take a look at what Effingham had going. Chase Wimmer. This is Chase Wimmer's, I would have to imagine, the best game of his career. 142 yards on 25 carries tonight, again in the absence of Logan Brown. Wimmer stepped up and took a bulk of the carries. 25 carries, 142 yards, and a touchdown on his final touch of the night. Punched it in from a yard out. Keegan Baker, 34 yards on 10 carries, and he got in the end zone. A 3-yard touchdown run for Keegan. Nate Shackelford, 13 carries for 22 yards. His numbers were all over the place as he took some big losses. He had some big gains. I have a 25-yarder, a 13-yarder, and an 18-yarder. Trevor Donsbach got a little bit of late action, 8 yards on 3 carries. And again, we mentioned Marcus Heights falling on a fumbled snap there in the first half, so officially he goes down with a loss of 1 yard rushing for those efforts, but better than a turnover. Effingham already had a half dozen of them, so that kept them from. So Shackelford throwing the ball tonight ended up 10 of 18 for 173 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He's picked off on his first pass attempt of the game. Had another interception. That was more of just a bad luck play with the receiver falling down. And then he was picked off to kind of open up the second half. First pass attempt he threw in the second half was also picked off. But again, 173 yards, 3 touchdowns. There was definitely some good to go with that as well. Tristan Duncan, another 5 catches for 107 yards, including just a beautiful 60-yard touchdown reception. I mean, that thing was. That's if you're going to look for silver linings in a game like this, aside from the fact, of course, that you won, which is why you play the game. You play to win the game. But that 60-yard touchdown reception was a thing of beauty. And Cam Calber, 2 receptions tonight, and he made them count. 46 yards, 2 scores, 24-yard touchdown catch and a 22-yard touchdown catch. Jet Gillum, 2 receptions for a total of 13 yards, and Holden Lewis was able to catch one for 7 yards. So 4 different receivers getting in on the action. Dawson Witten, 2 punts tonight, averaged 27 yards on those. Chase Wimmer had the only kick return. Remember, a couple of kickoffs went for touchbacks, and then Wimmer had, I don't know if he had to or if it just sort of happened that way, but he fell on one, so no return yardage there. Mason Hasty had an interception tonight, 5 return yards on that. Parker Wolf, 2 pickoffs tonight. Came very close to having a third. Just fell out of bounds with it. Wasn't able to keep his feet in bounds. And then you had Jacob Stoneburner with a fumble recovery. And we put Alex Bachman down for 1 as well. So the Hearts had 5 takeaways. They were only -1 on the turnovers. Turned over 6 times, take it away 5. Pretty much all even. Outgained the other team by 260 yards and change. And come away with the victory. That's the statistical story, Greg, and the most important thing is that Effingham improves to 5-0 on the season with a 35-14 win.
I guess realistically you had to figure a game like this was going to come along.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you're not going to always come out firing on all cylinders, and Charleston came out here and gave Effingham a great shot, right? I mean, we talked about it during the broadcast. It's an improved team, right? Like they've already won a couple of games after not winning a game for over 2 seasons, so they're feeling good about themselves. They're in front of their home crowd for the first time of the season, which is an odd thing for Week 5. That is definitely a quirk in their scheduling, and so that probably factors into it a little bit too. They feel like they've done some good work on the road, and then they come here and get to play in front of their people for the first time. That's got to add a little excitement to it. And then I think I think that it's probably fair to say that Effingham knew that they were favored in this game, and they probably were. I mean, they probably could have been a little overconfident, but at the end of the day, they cleaned things up in the second half. You know, the thing that really alarmed me in the first half was the snaps. You know, like some of the unforced stuff that was happening. You didn't see the unforced stuff happening in the second half. They got that cleaned up. Like we said, probably an interesting discussion in the locker room at halftime, and we liked what we saw much better in the final 24 minutes of action. I think Coach Hefner, I saw, he's on his way up here. So I think we've killed enough time. Effingham also avoids suffering a loss to Charleston for the first time since 2012. So that's always good to keep a streak like that alive. You never want to see a thing like that come to an end. They escaped. They're playoff eligible. They got a chance to secure a playoff berth of some kind with Mattoon next week. So you'll take it.
Absolutely. Coach Hefner about to join us here in the booth, so we'll give him a second to put down the satchel and sit down or stand up, whichever you'd rather, since I have a chair right here.
We're good.
So, interesting game. Congratulations on the win.
Yeah, thanks. You know, just defensively played well. Proud of our kids to keep playing. You know, there's too many mistakes, but you know, this group the last 3 weeks has dealt with a lot of things. Logan going out, Ethan going out. You know, you find out yesterday at 4 o'clock Stetson's got a broken finger. You know, so he goes and gets fitted and doesn't get any practice time. And you know, came in tonight and gave it a go, but not fair to him, with no practice time to do that, you know, but he wanted to play. Parents wanted him to play, and Doc cleared him, and I feel bad for him because he didn't get any practice time with it. You know, he got a little bit before the game, but did well before the game, but pregame and playing in the game, two different things, and I think he was hurting a little bit too, and you know, but super proud of him, you know, for giving it a go tonight. Extremely proud of him. And that's just, we're fortunate we got great kids, and that's what they do. If they can go, they're gonna give it a go. And I've got all the faith in the world in him that, you know, with a full week of practice, he'll be fine. But you know, to put something on a splint on your on your index finger, middle finger on your snapping hand, and you know, to go out there and try and play, and you know, so that was tough, and you know, so we made the change, and Trevin Dusk came in, and you know, we knew the answer. Well, the obvious answer is not give the ball to the other team. That's the obvious answer. The other obvious answer was to spread the things out and let number 3 do his thing. But the problem is it's a 7-7 game, and you've turned the ball over, and you've got a young man playing center that's a sophomore, and it's his first varsity action, and he's, you know, the ball's getting to the quarterback fine. So now, you know, to throw him into the fire and all of a sudden start gun snapping everywhere, and the best thing in the world for him. So when we finally got a score on the board and got another stop, you know, and we're like, okay, you know, let's give it a shot and let him do it. And of course, you know, then, you know, it opened things up and lets him make some plays. So some poor play calling on my part tonight a couple times, put Nate in a bad spot. And got him a couple interceptions that aren't necessarily his fault, but poor on my part, and knew it was going to be a couple tough throws. But you know, when it counted, he made plays, which isn't a surprise because that's what he does. We played pretty well up front. We just, as a coach, you get impatient because it's 7-all and you think it should be 28-7, and you're trying to score 4 touchdowns on one play, and it doesn't work that way. And you know, but proud of our kids.
That's the bottom line. In a much better second half performance. Defense was good throughout, as you mentioned. The offense, though, seemed to really click in the second half. Nice to see Cam Kalberg grab a couple of touchdown passes.
You and I have talked about that before. We got a lot of kids, and you get greedy. You get greedy because Tristan's so good, and you try and do some things. You force it to him a couple times. But he can run and catch. I mean, for the first 60-yard pass, but he can do so many things. But we do have other guys, and we got to start taking advantage of those guys, especially if they're going to start. People are going to start doubling him, which is fine. They're going to start doubling him, but hopefully we can get some things. We weren't real clean up front tonight. We'll take a look at the film and hopefully get those things cleaned up.
The defense, as you said, played well throughout, and I like the way that you had different heroes on defense all through the game. Jacob Logan had a good ball game. Mason Hasty had a heck of a game. It's nice when everybody's
we had a lot of guys play well tonight. Number 5 was pretty good tonight too.
Parker Wolf 2 picks, yeah.
Should have been 3. Both feet.
Did he land it?
Yeah,
okay.
But that's all right. That's a tough call. I mean, his feet were in, butts hitting the line. That's a tough one to call.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, they played well, and we had to have them keep playing. I mean, because we weren't playing worth a darn on offense, so needed them to keep playing.
I know no coach wants things to get off to the start tonight's game got, but by the same token, when you have problems executing and still get the win on the road,
it's good. The best part about this tonight is there's not one kid getting on that bus that's happy. They're happy to be 5-0, but they're not happy with how things went. And that's the best thing. And so hopefully that's a good thing for us going forward into next week, where it's homecoming. So hopefully hopefully tonight keeps us focused in next week. I
would be remiss if we didn't talk about Chase Woomer. Big night, well over 100 yards tonight.
Yeah, he runs the ball hard. Did a nice job tonight. I thought all of our guys did, but he had an extremely good night. And then, Keegan Baker had a nice night, and Trevor Donsbach had a couple nice carries there at the end, so we've got some people. We got to get more consistent. The biggest thing is, we say it all the time, the reason the first 4 games we've played at a pretty high level is we haven't given the ball to the other team. Tonight we gave the ball to the other team 4, 5, 6, 7 times, whatever it was. So, those are we'd say it all the time. If each possession ends in a kick, we're doing good, and we didn't do that tonight. So something we got to get better at. But we'll take it. We're 5-0, still undefeated in the conference, so not too bad.
No, not in the least. And headed home for homecoming.
Headed home for homecoming. It's only supposed to be 96, I think, for the parade on Wednesday. We're good.
Yeah, it's going to be a warm week.
It'll be a warm one on Wednesday, and then it'll be 68 on Friday night. So
interesting.
Yeah, everybody need their winter coat after Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
So wear your shorts for the parade and wear your parka for the game.
That's right.
It's going to be fun. But a good win. It's always good to get a win here. Always good to get a conference win on the road.
Yeah. We've always struggled with these guys. There's no excuse, And coaches hate changing by, we're people of routine and out of school today at noon and just dealing with a number of things. So good lesson. You always got to stay focused and hopefully we'll carry that with us going forward.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate the visit.
Thanks, Greg.
Thank you, Brad. You bet. That's Brett Hefner. He's the Hearts football coach, and his team is 5-0 tonight after a 35-14 win over the Charleston Trojans here at Charleston. And let's send it back to the sports desk. Brian Dust, what do you have for us?
Well, we do have some games with finals and some midway through. In fact, the earliest game got delayed due to weather, and that was Collinsville at Lincoln. They weren't sure if they were even going to be able to get that game off tonight, but last we heard in the second quarter still, it was tied up as Lincoln and Collinsville at 7 apiece. Other games around the area, 43-8. That's your final score of, yes, it is a final now with Mount Zion 43, Mahomet Seymour 8 in that one. Late score here, close to the end of the game. Taylorville is leading Mattoon 27-13. It was Newton getting the victory over Red Hill 33-8. Cumberland narrowly escaped. They defeated Arcola 28-26. Vandalia had no trouble with Litchfield, winning 59-0. And in the third quarter, Pana is ahead of Piasaw Southwestern 34-0. It was Flora 13, Lawrenceville 6 in a final. Another final from Marshall where Olney defeated the host school 30-18. In the fourth quarter, it's Shelbyville and Warrensburg-Latham tied up at 14 apiece. Salem 48, Trenton-West-Glen 14. And one other football score, it was Robinson defeating Casey Westfield tonight 20-0. In Major League Baseball, in the bottom of the sixth, all tied up. St. Louis 1, Chicago 1. That's your scores.
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate the updates. Anything new on any other games in the majors?
Well, the only one that I think any of our listeners probably care too much about, the Rockies are stomping on the Brewers pretty good, 10-2 in the bottom of the seventh. So, that would, if the Cardinals were to win tonight and the Brewers were to lose, then that would be 2 games with 2 to play. So the Cardinals would have a magic number of 1 to win the division. And I think that's the only one that really matters much to the local listeners.
Yeah, Washington and Milwaukee, I guess, are still battling for the first wild card spot.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Washington won.
Okay. So that probably is a moot point too. All right. Good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Lots going on with the story again about that fatal accident on Route 33 up at the Bruce Findlay Road, and we'll have more on that, I'm sure, for you, if not tonight in the morning and on the website, so stay tuned for that. We'll get you scores on those 2 junior high softball state tournament games, and those weren't done because of the rain that was plaguing Lincoln. I'm sure is the same system that they were having trouble with at Normal, so that's an area of wondering when that's going to get finished up. So all of that going on, and then we have busy weekend in NASCAR. Headed to Charlotte. It's 1:30 start tomorrow and a 12:30 start on Sunday. Hear those on your home for NASCAR, KJ Country at 102.3 and KJCountry.com. We have high school baseball Tuesday, North Clay at Altamont. Both of those schools having really good fall seasons. I saw North Clay won tonight. John says they are 13-1, I believe. Altamont's won 13 as well, so that ought to be a heck of a game.
Yeah, I've had a chance to see Altamont several times, so they're a good ball club. Haven't had a chance to see North Clay, so looking forward to that one. That'll be fun. And yeah, that's a busy weekend just for me personally too. So I'll be glad to just kind of relax and watch a ball game.
Here's our chance to promote our personal appearances, Dustin and me, at Suey Fest tomorrow.
That's
in
right.
Neoga.
Come to Jennings Park in Neoga all afternoon tomorrow, and Greg's going to get a chance to eat some chicken. We're having our smoke off, and he's one of our guest judges, and he's going to judge the chicken. And gosh, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have made that public. I don't want anyone getting mad and coming after you afterward. No, it's not one of those real. You guys have the smoking competition in Effingham, and ours is probably not. It's a little more low key than that, but we have a good time with it. It's our 5th annual Suey Fest, and got a lot of good music there as well. So I'm looking forward to it, and then I think we're all looking forward to not having to plan it anymore.
It's going to be a lot of fun, so keep that in mind for tomorrow. Old Settlers Reunion downtown in Effingham tomorrow. Lots going on tomorrow, so be sure to listen to Community Calendar or check it out online.
This time of year, it seems like every Saturday there's something going on in pretty much every town, right? So you just got to spread yourself around.
That's Dustin White. Thanks to him. Thanks to C.J. Schmidt, who's behind the camera. You can't see him, but he's there. And then thanks again to Brian Dust and to Gail Warner back at the studios. I'm Greg Sapp. Again, your final score, Effingham 35, Charleston 14. For all of those people, good night, everybody.
Thanks for listening. This has been a production of Premier Broadcasting Incorporated.